What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Times don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world, but keep the sky on your mind.
Hello everybody, welcome to another live stream here with Vladanoop. Today we are in Toronto. We're at Toronto Pearson International Airport. The ICAO code is CYYZ. Charlie, Yankee, Zulu. And we're going to be flying on over to Detroit. I think we're flying on to Detroit Metro Wayne? Yeah, I believe so. Is it? Where am I going? Yep, Detroit. We're flying on to Detroit, code KDTW. All right, everybody. So we're going to be flying the 777-300ER by PMDG here. And we're going to take that on. I don't think there's anyone in the live chat today. No, there isn't. Let me just verify that this thing is actually live just for a second here. Because otherwise, you never know. Is it live? Let me check that out. Yes, it is. All right, the sun is out. It's time for us to get started here. And let's go ahead and jump into the PMDG 777 and get things started up. And this is updated, by the way. This is the updated PMDG 777-300ER. I just updated it. Literally like maybe like 15 minutes ago. So, all right, let's get started here with today's flight. I'm gonna go down to the EFB, go to ground ops, set the chocks, request the ground power. Let's go up here and get the battery on, external power on. Going to do that. Oh wait, I don't need to do that on this aircraft, do I? It's already up. Okay, nav lights are on, emergency lights armed, voice recorder on, ADDONS on. These can wait a little bit, and passenger signs on. You know what? Let me just turn these on as well. I think we have everything we need, right? I believe so. We don't have any air conditioning, but that's okay. Let me see if we can request something here. Oh yeah, I need to wait for the screens to come to life here, so we're gonna wait for the screens to come to life, and it's gonna take a while. We've got our standby attitude indicator coming to life here, and whilst we wait, we can go ahead and take a look at little nav map. But before we do, let me download the flight plan from SimBrief correctly. There we go. It's literally a departure straight into an arrival today. That's literally it. So we're just flying from Toronto to Detroit, and then from Detroit we can head on over to either Chicago or Milwaukee. I think I'm going to Milwaukee today. Yeah, so once we reach Detroit, we're gonna head on towards Milwaukee. Milwaukee, everybody. And we're going to check out the scenery in Milwaukee. I think I've already done that, haven't I? Yeah, I have. There's the, I believe it's free. The Inibils Milwaukee scenery is free, isn't it? I believe it is. I don't remember whether it was or not. Did I buy a Milwaukee scenery? No. I tried out a free one from flightsim.to. I didn't like it very much. So I think I tried out the free one. Okay, we'll find out. We'll find out when we reach Milwaukee. I'll check my Anybuilds stuff to see what I have installed or not on the INI manager. Okay, we got our screens come to life, which is fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, very, very good. We got our screens come to life. Some beeping and creeping in the cockpit there. I'm gonna let that happen. Let's come down here to our cabin interface. Or interphone. This is something that I did not see in PMDG before. It's been implemented, but I haven't yet used it. So we can actually use it, right? We can call ground crew. Mr. Ground Crew. Doesn't seem to do anything. Okay. Oh, I don't know what all this is about. Let me try that again. Mr. Ground Crew. Is anybody there? And nothing seems to be happening. Okay, I'm not worried about any. Do I have to increase the volume on that? Is that why? Let's try that again. Nothing's happening. All right, everybody. Let's not worry about any of that. We've got everything lining up. Let's go to FMC position initialization. We're gonna put that in here. We already just did that, didn't we? Okay, reference airport today. We're gonna take off from Pearson in Toronto, so we're gonna put that in. There we go. Brilliant. Now let's go to a route. We need to put CYYZ We're gonna go to KDTW. Okay, let's request. Oh wait, hold on. Sorry about that, guys. J'avais oublié. Or j'ai oublié. Which one do I use? I don't know. Whatever. Let's go to our flight bag. Flight bag, and we request our route today, and then we come down here. Sim brief. We could set the payload from here and stuff. Set the payload. Set the fuel. Select the route. You know. Route requesting in progress. We could ask GSX to perform some boarding. We'll try it. Air Canada. Let's load the route. KM Key is about Milwaukee, right? Milwaukee is about half an hour from where I grew up. Looking forward to see which one you have and how it looks. The baseball stadium as you fly in, if you see it, is pretty cool. It has a retractable roof. We shall take a look at that, Mr. Blind Over Matter, and welcome to the live stream once again. Okay. We shall take a look at that. Alright. Okay, performance initialization. I'm just going to accept it here. It's not really supposed to be this way, but you know. Just gonna clear all of that. Let's go to our legs today. This is all we have. Departure, arrival. Let's come down to our sim brief data. 15 left. Ankle 5. There we go. We're gonna execute that. Let's go to our arrival into Detroit. Okay. 22 right. ILS Z22 right, because I always do the Z1. Any transitions? I don't think we're going to do a transition today. We're just going to use a TP gun 2. Any transitions that I want to use? I can't see any, so I'm just going to execute that. Go to the legs. Unable cruise altitude. Is that right? You can't do 28,000? Is that right? We're just going to use the ILS into Detroit today. I think that's good enough for us. There you go. Vectors, and then Mixed Letter Gucci, and then a bunch of waypoints here down to runway 22R. Okay, so we're using ILS Z, right, into runway 22R. Let me just put that in a little nav map so I can have that programmed. And let's do that. 22 right. ILS Z. Insert that. I'll show you guys a little nav map in just a second here. We got vectors both at takeoff and landing. Okay. We don't need to worry about that. We can play with it as we like. We could try a transition depending on the arrival here. Let me take a look at arrival. We don't have a transition today. Should I try it? I should, yeah. So ILS, that, followed by our arrival, which is that. And we don't have a transition. Yeah, we don't. Okay, it is what it is. I'm not too worried about it. Okay, we're looking good. We are looking good. Let's come down here to our performance here. Takeoff. We don't need to worry about that. Index. Let's go to perf. 280 cruising altitude is unable. So if we take a look at the legs, we can do 22,000. So let's do 22,000, right? We'll do that. We'll do that. We shall do that, everybody. Okay, let's just go to 22,000. 220. We'll do that. Perfect. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. takeoff. We need to set some stuff up in here. We can use the let me just let's take a look at the ground services going on. We've got loading going on, passenger boarding going on. All of that is happening right now, just so you guys can take a look at that. Right, just so you guys can take a look at that. Okay, let's just head back in here, come down to our EFB. Let's go to performance tool. Now if we try to select a runway here once again, which runway is that? 15 left. Let's go 15 left and all of that. That's fine. We can put it from the aircraft here. I want to go flaps 5 for takeoff is what I would like. Okay, I'll just go optimum on that. Import from aircraft, import from OFB, import from aircraft, import from OFB. Estimated takeoff weight is there. Yeah, I think this is good enough. Import the weather. There we go. Calculate everything. Let's just make sure we're on live weather here today, which we are. Real-time live weather. Everything is looking good. Calculate. We've got everything we need here. Let's go ahead and input that into the FMS, sorry. Into the FMS. Okay. Flaps 5 as expected. Center of gravity, we can just do this and it'll give me trim 3. Wind here today is going to be, what is the wind? 170/5. Let's put that in. Yeah, 170/5. We're good with all of that. Reference OAT today is 24. Let's go here. Everything else is looking pretty good. 483.5 is our estimated takeoff weight actually. So I'm just gonna leave it exactly how it is. I don't really care about that. It's actually 483.1 estimated. Well, if you say so. And we've got a bunch of stuff here which we don't need to worry about. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 thrust limit. Oh, we didn't do this page. Sorry. We need to select our selected temperature to 44, so V speeds will be deleted right now. TO2 there, let's do that. And then we need to go to takeoff. And we can put these in. There you go. Now we are looking good. Okay, that finishes up that. We can go to our progress page here. And we can hide this back. All right. Let's set our altimetric pressure right there. FD on this side, FD on this side. LNAV, VNAV set. Runway heading for today is given as 147. So we'll set that here at 147. Let's go to 147. Okay, speed here is supposed to be at 175. I like to do 180, as you guys know. I'll leave it at 180. Our cruising altitude 22,000. It's a short flight today, so we're just gonna go directly to 22,000 feet, everybody. Just like that. Okay. Let's press that, which is the mode I like to leave it on. I'm gonna go there. Okay, I think we are pretty good here for our takeoff. We need to set up our trim, which we will momentarily. But for now, it's time for us to go to GSX and request pushback if it works. Alright, cargo loading finishing up right here. Passenger loading should be finished up momentarily. Once that's done, our pushback tug should attach and we can begin our pushback. I forget which way we're supposed to push back today. I'll show you guys a little nav map in just a second. As a matter of fact, let me just do that right now. So here we are at Toronto Pearson. We're going to request our nose to the left today. Obviously, nose to the left, and we're going to take off from runway 15 left. We're going to turn right, head, well, we're going to turn around a little bit, head somewhere like southwest and then towards the west. towards Detroit, and we're gonna land into a Metro Wayne County Airport in Detroit, I believe. And then from there, we're gonna head on towards Milwaukee, which is right across the Great Lake of Michigan. That's Lake Michigan, right? Yes, it is. So we're just gonna cross Lake Michigan into Milwaukee after that. For today, we'll be touching the Lake Erie. Do I call it Erie or Erie? I don't know. I think it's better to call it Erie. Anyway, we're gonna touch that, and of course we are Toronto is right here by Lake Ontario. Yeah, it is. For a second I thought it said Ontario. I'm like, that doesn't sound right. So we are sitting right near Lake Ontario. Probably see it. And then Lake Erie, and then Lake Michigan. We're gonna see three of those lakes today. Passenger loading is still going on, I see, huh? Just need to wait for that pushback. Okay, so that is today's route. Very, very simple. Very, very nice looking here in little nav maps. I'm gonna put that away. Cargo doors are closed today, beautifully. Our passenger loading is still going on, so we're gonna have to wait for that. Toronto looks beautiful. Let's head into our cabin, our flight deck here, and get the APU started up. Okay, so we've got some packs going on, all that good stuff. In addition to that, let us come down here and go to ground ops and ground operations. We can set our parking brake, which means we can remove, if we remove the chocks, we can't request a ground power. That's how it goes. So I'll just wait for APU to power up before removing the chocks. Let me just set up my throttle quadrants. Should take me seconds. Well, that did take me a little more than 30 seconds, I suppose. Still boarding passengers, huh? G6. Oh my god, we got 333 passengers today. We got 333 passengers today. GPU no longer available. Request de-ice. Request lavatory services. Show the airport diagram. Oh, we can do that. Check that out. We can do that. Let me check this one out. Detroit Metro Wayne. We can actually choose a parking. Can't we do that? Yes, we can. We can do that. You know what? Let's do that for Detroit in advance. That's a pretty cool feature. Yeah, we can pick one of these heavy gates right here. Yep, we'll do that. Selected. Can we select this for arrival? Can we select this? Yeah, we'll select this one. Can we, what gate is this? What gate have we chosen? Gate A50. You know what? A50. Gate A50. Okay. Gate A50 is the one we're going to park into. So once we reach Detroit, we can use GSX and probably have a follow me service and marshals and stuff. Gate A50. Okay, we'll do that, everybody. We'll do that. Just waiting for this passenger loading service. Do excuse me while that happens. Let's go up here. We got our APU definitely running now, so we don't need all of this. Let's go down here, release the that, remove that chalk right there, and that should be it. Remove the chalks, please. There we go. Brilliant. It's taking a bit longer than usual because usually I don't request GSX boarding for the 777. I just set the weights from the FMS, but today, you know what, felt a little bit fancy. Yeah, ground services have completed, mate. There's nothing there going on with the cargo loading. Just waiting for passengers, that's it. Dun, dun, dun. It's not perfect weather here today, so I suspect after we take off, we're not going to have a lot of visibility. Low visibility. I don't think that's right, but you know. Oh, come on. How much longer are you gonna make us wait? How much longer? Okay. Now let's check out the views today. I've got passenger view here, which is pretty decent. I've got another passenger view here, which is pretty decent. We got sort of like exterior view, but from the cabin point of view. There we go. I think that's all good enough, eh? That is a good looking wing. Incroyable. Very nice detail on the engines there. I love it. I love the PMDG 777. Well, I love any 777. Visually very appealing. Not as satisfying to fly and operate as the Flight Factor 777, which, as you know, is a ridiculous amount of detail and simulation there. But this one is not so bad itself. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There we go. Doors closed, everything cleared, looking good. Let's go down to that right there. Let's go to door management. Let's arm all the doors, everything armed, and we are ready to go. Let's go to ground connections. Everything done, grounds, everything good. Thank you very much for inserting the bypass pin. Yes. Si, senor. Where's the bypass pin? I don't see it. Ah, there it is. I see it. I see it. I saw it. There it is behind that gear. I saw it. Locking gear. Si, senor. Lock the gear. Come on. Today's live stream is going to be a little longer than what you're used to. I hope the nose to the left, please. Release parking brake. Commencing pushback. Thank you very much. All engines clear. Let's go fuel pumps on there. Let's go on these. Let's go auto on that. Window heats on up there, and we are ready to get our party started. Beacon lights on. Engine number 1 to start. N2 rising. We didn't go through the checklist today. Oh damn, I forgot. Okay, let's start engine number 1. Let's just get rid of the checklist here, right? Oxygen, That. Yeah, we're just gonna override this particular checklist. And then all of that, that's done. Trim. It's fine. We need to set the trim here. It's fine. Just go to before taxi, okay? Engine starting up. There we are. Excellent. Let's go start engine number 2. Okay. N2 rising. Gonna give it that oomph. Engine number 2 starting. There we go. Engine's coming to life, everybody. Engine's coming to life. Perfect. There we go. We're looking good. Alright, we've got some stuff to do here. This should be on this mode right here. Altitude reporting should be on there. That's fine. This is normal. That's good. That's good. Okay, weather radar systems should not be working at the moment. I don't think they do work. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, weather is working though. That's fantastic. Anything else for us to do? Auto brake, RTO. Flaps down to takeoff position. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go down here and set our flaps to position number 5. So which is... Yep. Let's go ahead and watch that. There we go. There we go. I think we're good to go with our checklist. Let's go back to our checklist here. Checklist is right here, sorry. Anti-ice, we need to go up here, put that on automatic, which it is. Anti-ice is done. That is done. Flight controls, ground equipment. And that is before takeoff checklist is just the flaps. Okay, we can check the flight controls if you guys want to. I mean, I do know it's good. Rudder. Spoilers. Looking good all the way. Elevators looking good. And ailerons and flaperon looking good. Alright. What we can do is change this back down there. I think we're ready to taxi on and get ourselves out of here, ladies and gentlemen, to our takeoff runway today. And after takeoff, we do need to turn to the right, which is right about here. Good evening there, Mr. Runners. Welcome to the live stream. How are you doing, man? How are you doing today? How are you doing today? How are you doing today? Okay, let's go and release our parking brake. Kindly release this, please. There we go. And we are rolling, ladies and gentlemen. We forgot our taxi lights. Let's put taxi lights to on. Every other light up here is looking good. We don't need our APU anymore, so we can turn that off. Everything else is looking okay here. Packs are working. Everything is working. Beacon nav lights, that is on. Looking good. Alrighty. Now we can taxi on our way. There's our beautiful airport. And behind us is Toronto. Toronto. Okay. Let's give it a bit of oomph, shall we? Not a lot. This is a 777. We don't need a lot of power to get things going here. Just a little bit goes a long way for this aircraft, doesn't it? Cabin is ready. Your Sim CF5. Hello there, man. Welcome to the live stream. Thank you very much for tuning in. Everything is well. How are you doing? I was watching your the Connie, the 1049. I was watching your some of the stuff you had out on the Connie as well as the PMDG DC6. Very, very nice. I still haven't checked out the VOR video. I do need to do that as well. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, Mr. Your Sim CFI. Alright, going to very badly taxi here, trying to follow this curve. We're gonna go towards, we need to take this turn. This is why I can never be a commercial pilot. I'll get banned in like an instant. All right. Now we've got to turn. I think I'll take the next one. Got to turn off to our right here. We shall try and make this as quick as possible. Okay. Might have gone off a bit there, but that's all right. Frame rates are being a little funny today. I don't know. I think I've got too many add-ons and stuff at this point. I am not surprised. Okay, so we've got a pretty much a long taxi now. We just gotta keep going till the end of this particular runway. So we can line up at 15 left right here. Yeah, it's gonna take us a while now. Hello there. Selra. Is that how I say that? Welcome to the live stream, man. Thank you for tuning in to the chat. Just want to say have a nice trip out there. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, and thank you for tuning in to the chat. My name is backwards. Ah, there you go. I would have never figured that out. Charles. Ah, there we go. Well, welcome to the live stream and to the channel. Charles? Hope you're having a good day. We are just taxiing towards the takeoff runway for today. Air Canada right there. All right. Oh, would you look at that? Your Sim CFI is actually live streaming right now. I had a feeling, so let me just tune in. Is it live? Oh, it's a premiere. Yep, it's a premiere. Well, I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna stay here on Your Sim CFI's live stream there. Say hello. Ah, there you are. New panel in. The 737 overhead panel. Oh. Overhead panel. Now that's pretty cool. Oh, that looks sweet. Mr. Honest, double-headed tonight, Captain Noob? Yes, it is. It is a two-leg journey today. So I'm throwing in a longer live stream than I usually do. I'm trying to do longer ones. So today it's a two-trip. Our destination for today, the final destination, is Milwaukee. I like flying into Milwaukee for some reason, so... kind of watching your Sim CFI here at the same time. So if any of my viewers by any chance don't know who your Sim CFI is, please go check out his channel. That is definitely one of the best channels for entertainment plus learning. I've learned a lot of stuff by watching his videos. So definitely go check out your Sim CFI. He's a real deal. He's not exactly a noob like me. He's the real deal. Okay, I think it's time for our turn off here. Okay. Just pump the brakes slowly, as gently as I can. Okay. Just do this on the fly, get that landing light on, get that strobe light on, taxi light off. I'll turn these on. No, that's too early of a turn. TCAS all the way. This is after takeoff. I think we're done with all our checklists for today. Yep, we are. We actually are. Everything is looking ready for us to take off here. Yep, pretty much. Pretty much, everybody, pretty much. Okay, gotta turn this in. Hopefully I make a proper lineup here. Can't guarantee anything these days. Alright. Time for us to go turn off our music and get into flight mode here. Let me just pump on the brakes for a second. Okay, I want my heading to go down towards Mixit, which is 234147 is the I want to put it at 234. Okay, you know what, let's just take off first. 234. There we go. We're about to take off. Okay. Rotate. Gently off the ground there. Get up. There we go. And showing that view, I kind of messed up that, but that's alright. Looking good. Ooh, bumpy. I need to work on the turbulence factor there, right? Yeah, I do. Still hand flying this. Let me just go towards heading here, autopilot. I'm gonna turn off right here towards Mixit. So I'm just going to do that and execute that. That's all we're doing. We can switch back to LNAV. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Flaps up if we can without trying to overspeed here, which is barely happening at the moment. I might overspeed, but that's okay. There we go. There is the airport we just took off from, everybody. Looking good, right? It's better we stick to that view right there. Brilliant. I'm gonna say bye-bye to Toronto, which unfortunately we can't really see today, can we? Ah, there it is. There's the city of Toronto behind us. Hello there. Welcome to the live stream. I cannot pronounce your name, my apologies, but welcome to the live stream. Mr. 850. Alright. There we go. Looking good here. Looking good. Let's increase the range on that. And we can increase the range on that. That was good enough for us. That on 40. There we go. I think it's the first time I'm seeing you on the live stream. Hope you're having a good day. Coming up on 10,000 feet almost. We don't need these lights. can turn off our landing lights. Let's just do that. Put this back down to automatic. Everything else here is looking wonderful. Yes, it is. I don't know what our transition altitude today is. I'm surprised the live doesn't have more views. Amazing graphics. Well, thank you very much, Mr. 850. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. A small channel, very small channel at the moment. So yeah, but welcome. Welcome. All right, we're crossing 10,000 feet on our way towards our cruising altitude of just 22,000 feet today because it's a very short flight, honestly. But that's what we're doing 2 today to make up for that anyway. So, I just want to pass our transition altitude so that I can go ahead and switch to some cinematics. We don't have a lot of time to enjoy views today. Let's see, I'm expecting 13,000. We just might get it. Oh, that looks brilliant. Very nice. Oh, got a bit of rain there. Let's check out the other side. That is Lake Ontario. That is the lake right there. Beautiful. Love the weather too. Glad you're enjoying it. I'm glad you are enjoying. What is our transition altitude today? Come on. What is our... Oh. What is the transition altitude? I forget. At least on approach it's supposed to be there, right? I guess so. I don't know. I don't know what our transition altitude is. A little bit confused here. Is it 18,000 feet? It might be 18,000 feet, right? Yep. It's 13,000 around the Middle East generally. 18,000 somewhere in the US, I believe. 5,000 somewhere in most parts of Europe, I think. I fly to too many places to remember. Let's see. It should be 18. 18.3? I don't know. Yep, 18,300. There we go. Let's switch to standard on that one, and we can go for some cinematic views, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do that, shall we? Oh, look at that. Did we just get struck by lightning right there? Did you guys just see that? We just got struck by lightning and we were in the perfect view to see that. What? Have you ever flown to Lisbon? Beautiful approach too. I've been meaning to fly there. I promise you, I've been looking at that last week. I've been trying to fly to Lisbon from like Barcelona or Madrid or something, but unfortunately I can't seem to find proper scenery for that airport. We just got struck by lightning for sure. Tell me some of you guys saw that. Tell me somebody saw that and it was just me. Like, we were in the overhead view and we just saw ourselves get struck by lightning. What are the chances of that? I have to make a short on that one. Definitely. Yeah, that's what I've also heard. I think the only one available is MK Studios, but unfortunately the problem with that one is, you know, I've heard a number of complaints about the MK Studios scenery there for Lisbon. People say that it gives them too many performance issues, FPS drops, some issues with the approach. I don't know. I'm not too sure. I think they've fixed it by now though, so I might have to look at that one more time. I don't want to commit to that, you know. And so I'm kind of on the fence about the Lisbon airport, but I feel like I should get my hands on it. Lisbon, I believe, is LPPT. Yeah, LPPT, I believe, is what it's called. Let's switch to some relaxation from cinematics, shall we? But usually MK Studios has decent scenery to offer, right? Yes, they do. They generally have very good scenery. As a matter of fact, I believe in Barcelona... Wait, did we switch to standard? We did, right? Oh. I believe in Barcelona, I made a mistake and I kind of got the wrong scenery. Something happened here. What happened here? I don't know. Okay, where is our top of descend? It's at TP... Okay. No, it's after Gucci. Alright. Works perfectly good for me. They have updated the scenery for 2024. It's much better now. Is that right? Okay. Well, if you have it yourself and you can recommend it to me, then I suppose I can get it myself. Excellent. Then I can get it for myself then. Because Lisbon is really missing. It's a very major airport, and it's missing in the default simulator. It's not modeled at all. We're heading into some dark clouds here. Look at that. Wow. It's a good chance for us to test, enjoy the GFX effects by Tricep. Yep, will do. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to get my hands on the Lisbon one by MK Studios then. So yeah, I was saying I had the Barcelona one. The Barcelona one is pretty good by MK Studios. I believe I bought which one did I buy? I bought another developer's scenery, and that one was much less impressive than the MK Studio rendition. So much so that I actually changed it out. Now it's pretty expensive to do that, but I ended up changing it out to the MK Studio one. So I think Lisbon it is. That's the next one I'll get then. In addition to that, if I get Lisbon, I have a lot of places nearby I can fly to. I can fly to Ibiza. I can fly to Gibraltar. I can fly to Madrid, Barcelona. I can fly to Tenerife, Madeira. So there's a lot of options if I get Lisbon there. It's right in the center right there. I can also fly to like some of the North African destinations by the coast, like perhaps somewhere like Carthage, Casablanca or something like that. Performance is slightly better than Barcelona MK Studios. Oh, even better. Even better then. I should definitely get my hands on that. To be honest with you, in terms of visual fidelity, there isn't much difference between high and ultra. There's a large performance difference, but in terms of visual fidelity, there isn't a big difference between like high and ultra. So, you know. Look at the sky today. Looks really good. If the performance is better than Barcelona MK Studios, that means I can definitely get it and not need to worry about it. The sky is very fascinating today. Check it out. Now we're already coming up on our top of descent, ladies and gentlemen. We don't have a long flight today, do we? Ooh. This is my favorite weather to fly. I know a lot of people would disagree. In real life, it would probably be quite gloomy, but this is my kind of weather. overcast. Still visibility here and there. You can still see the ground once in a while, but beautifully overcast with breaks. And a couple of dark clouds and the lightning strike. I don't think any of you saw the lightning strike. Did any of you see the lightning strike? Because I gotta make a short on that. That was epic. That is a slim chance. Direct lightning strike to the aircraft while I was in the right camera angle. What's our cruising altitude? Just 22,000 today. Just 22,000 today, because we're already coming into our arrival into Detroit. So we're already coming into our arrival. Right here is top of descent. No lightning, huh? Oh, that is a shame, man. You missed that one. Don't worry, I'll make a short on it and I'll release that so you guys can catch that moment again. I'm gonna wait for your Sim CFI's live stream here. He's live in about an hour, so I don't want to miss it. I don't want to miss it. In my opinion, if you have clouds on Ultra and you're actually focused on flying the aircraft, it won't make such a difference from medium to high-end Ultra. That, I would agree with that too. I would agree with that too. All right, Mr. Blind Over Matter. I will definitely be releasing a short so that you guys can catch a glimpse of that. Okay, we're coming up on top of descent here. It's time for us to come in here, go to our performance, and see what we can do. Okay, so let's go towards... should we land with full flaps today? We'll do that, right? We'll do that. And let's also set our altitude here. If we take a look at our altitude, it's supposed to be about 2,000. 3,000 we should catch the glide slope, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, at 3,000 we'll catch the glide slope, but I'll put 2,000 halfway through our ILS approach. So let's put 3,000 here. And I'll leave it at 3,000. There you go. In preparation for top of descent, which should come about in about 20 nautical miles. It's a little early to do this, but that's all right. Let's go to our checklist. After takeoff, a descent checklist, recall, all this stuff. Got nothing. Notes, auto brake. Today we're landing into Detroit where there's plenty of runway room. I'll also leave it on 1. Expected to be dry today, I guess. Auto brakes have been set. Landing data, VREF, and the minimums. Minimums today, I think I'm gonna go to radio 200, which is what I usually do anyway. I'll leave it like that for today. Approach briefing. Well, we can do something like an approach briefing. Okay, if we take a look at our little nav map, as you can tell, we're already coming into our arrival procedure here. Supposed to be below 280, above 24,000 feet, which we're not actually following, huh? We're not above 24,000 feet, but yeah, I've left it that way. We've got a different kind of... No. I think we've got a different... Yeah, this is slightly wrong from what we're following. We're not following this exactly. We're heading here, which is correct. Yep, there we go. So from here, we'll go in this way. We've got vectors there. And then straight into the ILS. Nothing complicated today at all. It's not like we're doing a VOR DME approach or anything, you know. It's just ILS. Nothing to do. Just go in straight. Is it though, Mr. Ranus? Isn't that a fairly straightforward approach? We're not actually flying through this particular waypoint, so ignore that today. And neither are we doing this one. We're just flying directly to Top Gun, apparently. It's a very, very simple approach. Just get here, turn into the ILS, and in you go. So yeah, no VOR DME approaches. I mean, no bad weather, none of that. Let's put that in. And during descent, we need to check our altimeters, which is again at transition altitude. We'll set up our altimeters, but for now, there's nothing to do here. Okay, top of descent is coming up. Lots of cabin chatter. I've never actually been in a flight where it's this noisy. So I don't know how realistic that cabin chatter is. Even on regional domestic flights, I've never really been on a flight where it's this noisy. Oh, that's a good view. We'll check out some more cinematic shots once we begin our descent. But for now, this is what it is. Not a bad view. We should probably change some of these views here, huh? I like this view for some reason. It's a pretty cool view. We should begin descending momentarily. And we should have wheels on the ground in about 30 minutes. Shouldn't take more than that. Okay, that's a nice view there. Oh yeah, there we go. We are descending very, very gently. Let's reduce the range on that. There we are. We can go into some cinematic views till we reach about 10,000, or no, rather 18,000 feet is when we need to set up our altimeter, right? So we'll tune in then. LOD problems with the livery right there in flyby view. Coming up on 18,000 feet, I think it's time for us to set up our altimeters. Let's just do that, shall we? What is the transition altitude again? It's supposed to be about 18 something. Was it 18 or no? It is 18,300. Why are we not? Okay. Is it not? Ah, there we go. It's 17 something now. Okay. Fine. Let's. They're both linked. Ah, I see. I've been pressing both of them, essentially cancelling out what I'm trying to do. Okay, we will set it to local pressure, which is 29.91, which is not so far away from standard, is it? Not at all. Very cool. Very, very cool. Alright, let's just go back to cinematic. until we reach 10,000 feet. Oh, we just caught a lightning. There was lightning right there in front. Unfortunately, I switched the view at the wrong time. Oh, lordy. For a split second, I saw lightning right underneath us. I don't know what the weather is going to look like when we come into Detroit. If the weather is not good, I didn't even check the weather. Good lord. Hold on. I need to check the weather, everybody. And not the METAR stuff. I need to check windy.com. Let's check Detroit. So we have a very accurate view of what's going on. Where's Detroit? Detroit, Michigan, United States. Yeah. There's a chance we might be flying into rain at the moment. No rain. Never mind, no rain, it's clear. There is no rain, apparently. Clouds. Plenty of cloud, though. Rain. Nope, never mind. There's a fat chance we'll be landing into rain, apparently. Yeah. Detroit area does have that going on right now. Okay. So we might be landing into rain. We don't know. We're just gonna cross over Lake St. Clair. I think we missed our opportunity to check out Lake Erie, didn't we? Yeah, we did. Already past that. We're too inland to see Lake Erie there. Let me show you guys a little nav map for a second here. Check it out. This is Lake Erie. We kind of passed too inland to check that out anymore, but we do have Lake St. Clair that we're about to cross over. Very nice. There we go. There's a lake coming up. Are you on VATSIM right now? No, I'm not. I am not. I have never flown once on VATSIM. I have an account on VATSIM, but I've never, ever flown on VATSIM. I've never even done the training. So far, I've been streaming and flying without any kind of ATC service whatsoever. No say intentions, no Beyond ATC, none of that. But I've recently just downloaded Beyond ATC. I just need to pay for the license thing, obviously. And once I get Beyond ATC up and running, we'll have some sort of ATC. I know it's not as good as having a real human ATC like you do on VATSIM, but you know, it's something. I'm going Beyond ATC over say intentions. That has been my prognosis, I guess, if you want to call it that. I do want to try VATSIM. It's not that I'm intimidated, it's just, I don't know. The kind of places I fly usually don't have VATSIM coverage. Usually, there's no VATSIM coverage there. Oh, look at that. GFX is giving us a nice little wing fade as we pass through the clouds. Hope you guys are able to see that properly. Yeah, on the other side it's even more pronounced there. Very nice. We're coming up on 10,000 feet. Time for us to head back into our flight deck here and get some stuff sorted. Okay. 10,000 feet coming up. Let's go ahead and turn those on, shall we? Let's put these on here as well. Same for me. There is only controlling when there is an event or something. Yeah, that's the thing. And it kind of narrows down, you know. I mean, it's not too bad, the chance to speak to a real human as ATC. It's pretty cool, don't get me wrong, but... Ah, there's a lightning strike in front of us. There's a lightning strike. So I think the weather is about to take a turn for the worse here as we come into Detroit. So it's going to be interesting today. It's going to be fascinating. Let's reduce the range on that. There's our airport. That's our vector. We need to turn in when we're ready. So yeah, let's go ahead and decrease the range on that one. Decrease the range on this as well. Leave it at about 20. Altimeter's done. Oh, it's just landing checklist. Leave it on the engine for now. 200 and yeah, we're below that. It's looking good. I could put our slats down at this point, but I don't want to. We're below 10,000 feet. So let's just stick to our flight deck view now as we fly over Lake Sinclair. We can kind of see it through the clouds here. Let's check out the other side. Maybe there's... Oh, the other side is worse. It is worse on the side of the aircraft, so... Alright. I also need to go to FS Realistic, and I need to control the turbulence a little bit. Where is the turbulence? Where is the turbulence? I like it at 60. 60 is more realistic than 70. It's a little too much at 70. So we'll leave it at 60 there. Got a lightning strike right there. Don't know if you guys caught that one. Ah yes, the weather is gonna take a turn as we fly into Detroit, which is what we like here on the channel, but that means our landing is now a big question mark. Okay, we got some rain as predicted by windy.com. Oh yeah, I love that. Love it when we just burst through the cloud like that, you know what I mean? Love that. Check that out. What a gentle bird. We're making a turn. Now we're going to remain on this heading now, this final turn here. We're going to remain on this heading till we manually tune ourselves in towards runway and the ILS. Got plenty of boats down there. Speaking of boats, I was thinking of downloading the global ship traffic mod from flightsim.to. I think it will really make everything more enjoyable, especially because I fly VFR quite low to the ground in coastal regions quite often. Might make things more enjoyable for you guys. Okay, let's come down here. We have our runway right there. If we come in here, we need to put runway 22R is at 216, right? So let's put heading 216 and get ready to turn in. Okay, we'll get ready to turn in to our ILS and stuff like that. But for now, we're just going to continue on this particular trajectory. Ooh, look at that engine fade effect there from GFX. GFX by TriTriSim. Absolute must have in my opinion. Oh, look at that wing fade effect. This is exactly what we want. Isn't that lovely? There's quite a bit of turbulence there to jolt a 777 around. Very, very nice. Beautiful indeed. We're not supposed to be making this turn. Why are we making a turn? Oh, it's not a turn. Never mind. It's just a wings level thing, so we can... oh, yeah. What? It's a sky full of character today. It feels alive. GFX? Yes, Mr. Honest. GSX. Sorry, not GSX. GFX, yes. GFX are the various weather-related effects and aircraft effects that are included in the package by TriTriSim. It's an add-on. It's a payware add-on that brings your skies and atmospheric conditions to life. Wing fade, wheel trails during rain, rain water being displaced by your engine thrust, vapor on the wing, contrails, stuff like this. There's also TFX, which are more to do with emergency and crashes. Stuff like water landing, engine fires, things like that. What a beautiful scene we have ahead of us. We're about to make that turn into the heading there. We also need to turn on our localizer, glide slope, all that good stuff. But for now, VNav is doing a good job. Ah, yes, we got good view right here. Can we see no view on the airport or anything like that? But look at that. Isn't that lovely, guys? My favorite kind of weather today. Completely by chance, by the way. We're completely on live weather. There we are, completely on live. I think it's time for us to bring our flaps down at least a little bit. Too close to our stall speed there, and our angle of attack is a little too high. Okay, maybe we can go towards the heading yet, or just a little bit longer, right? Yeah, just a little bit longer. And then we can turn in. Let's go ahead and do that. Shall we try that? Yeah, let's do that. Select that. Let's turn in towards our runway heading. Oh, that looks really, really good. The suburbs there right outside of Detroit, it's closer to Pontiac, but looking really good. Outskirts of Pontiac, I assume, maybe Detroit. We are in the neighborhood of Troy or Sterling Heights or somewhere there, but it looks absolutely magnificent. That is the best, one of the best I've seen 2024 look yet. That is looking good. That is looking good, ladies and gentlemen. Let's check out the other side of the window. Ah, same thing. Looking good though. Let's come in here. Yeah, I think we are pretty much lined up. What we need to do is switch back to... Should we leave the localizer on? Let's do that. Let's just execute that right there. And that will tune us towards where we need to go. We'll leave localizer on. And localizer has already been caught. There you go. Localizer has already been caught. Speaking in VFR, is there any aircraft you would recommend? I started with the Piston Duke and your tutorial was very useful, by the way. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Nice to see that you have you're a returning viewer here. Thank you very much. Glad you found it useful. Yes, there are actually a number of aircrafts I can recommend, and particularly if you enjoyed the Piston Duke, there's a number of them. We can turn on approach mode. We'll wait for the glide slope. I think, yeah, we'll be okay. We're a little far away at the moment, so yeah, I think we'll be okay. We'll just leave it like this. Oh lordy. Go down to there, go down to there. So in terms of aircraft recommendations, the stuff that I could recommend to you, I would say Piper Comanche. If you're into some hardcore VFR GA flying, Piper Comanche is one way to go. The native aircraft are not realistic at all. They're not. It's only when you have some high quality payware that you really realize just how yeah, I mean, the default aircraft are there to serve a very specific purpose. If you're looking for very realistic flying, that's not it. So you should try out the Piper Comanche. The Piper Comanche 250. That is one aircraft that I'll definitely recommend. If you're looking for something of a different nature, perhaps a little more modern or something, I can recommend the Black Square Caravan. If you're looking for something bigger, something of a different nature, you could try that out. That's also an excellent choice. Those are two aircrafts I can definitely recommend to you. There's lots in GA aircraft. There's a lot that I can recommend. FlySimWare 414 Chancellor, that's something else I have, and I can definitely recommend the 414 Chancellor by FlySimWare. Is pretty good. It's not fully updated for 2024, meaning that you can't do a walk around and stuff like that, but still it's incredible. It's really nice. So if you enjoy the default 404 Titan, you will love the 414 Chancellor. So you've got Comanche, Chancellor, the Black Square, Caravan. What else do you have? What else do you have? Let's leave our speed brake on armed here. What else? What else? I also got the DA40 by Cows for something more modern and simple. Yes, I have heard that the DA40, I've actually looked into it, by Cows is actually a really good one. And it is quite different. It's modern too. Yeah, exactly. For something more modern and simple. That's exactly right. So that's a good one. You already have a great one there. Piper Comanche is not simple. It is not modern. But it is definitely something. If you're into some hardcore VFR flying with radios, on the side for some poor visibility IFR extremities, anything you want to do with that aircraft, it's incredible. It really is. But it is very detailed. It has some detailed maintenance modeling. It has persistence. So there's a lot of stuff behind that aircraft if you're planning to get that. But yeah, FlySimware 414, Comanche, and Black Square Caravan. So those are some of the best ones that I have that I can recommend. If you ask me ones I don't have, I believe the Just Flight has a very good collection of Piper aircraft, don't they? Okay, we have pretty much runway in sight, airport in sight, everything is in sight. There are a few aircrafts, Mr. 850, that I am actually leaving out because I can't recall them right now. These are just the ones that came to my mind immediately. Okay, I think we need to kind of work on this. Why is the speed... It's completely given the speed to control over to us. So let's go down to reference speed 129 today. Okay, and whilst doing that, we also need to lower our... you know what, I'm gonna slow down our aircraft. This is not working. This is not working, ladies and gentlemen. We need to get some stuff going here, don't we? Yeah, we're a little late on our procedures here. Let's bring that flap down. Try to get that flap in early. And let's drop that gear too. Allow the aircraft to slow down. A little late to the party, aren't we? Not. Oh lordy, but that's okay. We'll be okay. Done worse. Okay, flaps full. Gear is on the way. There we go. About 1240 on the radio altimeter. Speed brake extended. Let's put that back in and let's arm our speed brakes here. Landing checklist complete. There we go. Engines. Reference speed is set. Auto throttle is working, so it should... Okay, I'll put it back up here. How about that?
1,000.
Okay, I put the wrong reference speed. My bad. That was 1,000. We should take control. Why is the ILS being so bad at the moment? It's being terrible. I'm waiting for it to stabilize a little bit, but it's not happening. Okay, I'm gonna take control. My aircraft. Oh, no, wait, I have to give it off to the autopilot. I need to start sky dolly. Done, okay. My aircraft. There we go. This is interesting.
400.
Oh lordy, not good guys, not good. I'm having a tough time. It's very bad. I'm not joking, it's pretty bad. I don't know why it's this bad today, but it is.
Approaching minimums.
Okay.
Minimums.
Proceed. We're too high.
100.
100.
50. 30. 20. 10.
Okay. Reverse thrust engaged. Auto brakes working. And we are down. Sorry about that slight drift off to the left. That's because I was looking for the key there for my reverse thruster because the binding doesn't work on PMDG. Anyway, welcome here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just going to do that and do that. And ta-da. There we go. Auto brake disarmed. Alright, are we going to have replays for this one here? Yes, we are. That was nicely done. Thank you very much, Mr. Rannis. That is very kind of you. Let's put our flaps up. Okay, I'm going to pump our brakes a little bit and we're going to stop here. Right, I'm just going to stop the aircraft right here. Put the parking brakes on for a second. FD off on either side. Thank you very much. We did not put this on approach mode, but that's okay. Let's turn these off here. Let's turn that off. Taxi light on. Beacon and all of that stuff can remain on. Our TCAS can come to that right there. I think we're good to go. Our speed brakes can be stowed away. Or spoilers, whatever you want to call them. And let's pull up GSX. Shall we do that? And we did select one. G50, right? Yep, G50. And I want follow me car. Check it out. Check the route here. Doesn't make any sense to me though. Oh. Okay, fine. Accept the route, and we need... let's do that one. Okay. Where is the follow me car? Where is the follow me car? Let's release the parking brake. Where are you? Auto brake off. Okay, where is the follow me car again? Does it show up? I've never used the follow me car thing, by the way. I think it's coming right now. Yeah, it's coming. There it is. Yeah, there's the follow me car. Just gonna roll forward while I wait for the follow me car. Yeah, it does. I have it sped up for far away vehicles there so that we can have a little bit of, you know. What is that? Waited for it 6 minutes in Madrid once. Wow, you've got some patience, sir. There's the follow me car. Mr. Follow me car, you're gonna get run over. Move. Okay. I'm just gonna pump the brakes here. Allow the follow me car to kinda take the lead here. Where on earth are you going, Mr. Follow Me car? Okay. Interesting. I did select the right route, did I not? Why can't you just drive in front of me? Anyway. Anywho. What do you want me to do? That's crazy. Where is this thing taking me? Oi, follow me car. What are you doing? What is this thing doing? It's not taking me the right way around. Oh my god, I don't know what is going on right now. You know what? I'm gonna use my trusty friend little nav map. I'll still end up there anyway, it's not that big of a deal. I'm gonna use my trusty friend little nav map to guide me in to where I need to go. And it will. Okay, so forget GS6 here. I don't know why it's doing that for me today. Revoke, follow me. Yes. Revoke the follow me there. It's my first time using it. I think I'm not used to it. So. Alrighty. Let's just go in and find ourselves in the parking, which shouldn't be too long. Shouldn't take that long for us to reach there, although our taxiway is a pretty interesting one, right? So yeah, we do have landing replays, but for that to work, I first need to park our aircraft. And to do that, we need to continue taxiing here. So let's go back to some ground music. Welcome everybody to Detroit. Welcome to Detroit. Remember, this is just a stop on our way today because we've got part 2 coming up where we're going to take off from Detroit here and we're going to go to Milwaukee. Greetings there, Mr. Mike Smith. Welcome to the live stream. Let's give it a bit of power. Welcome to the live stream. Okay, nearly lost a little bit of a drift there, but we'll pretend like you didn't see that. Air Canada, one of the better 777 liveries. I like it. There we go. Eyes on the road, yes sir. Yes, sir. Fun fact, I have been in more accidents whilst taxiing than actually flying. I'm not kidding. I've actually crashed the aircraft more whilst taxiing than actually flying. The gear looks absolutely magnificent from this view. It looks so good. I love it. Just the right level of detail from here. We're pretty fast here, but that's alright. Make that turn. Nice and gentle. There we go. See a lot of Delta aircrafts parked there, right ahead of us. The A350, can't wait for the rhodium code A350. The second they release that, I need to get my hands on it. I need to get my hands on it. I don't care what the price is. I want that A350. There's a lot of aircraft in my wish list right now. My wish list is fat. One thing I'm lacking is a daily driver Boeing. I need to get my hands on the 737 again. Are those static? Yes, they are. These are FSLTL static aircraft injection because I don't have any of the servers for live traffic connected up to the FSLTL injector right now. Another problem that would be solved by Beyond ATC for me. Even on that one, I'm just going to use the scheduled traffic. I'm not using a live. Alright. To park into our gate of preference, I need to turn. Well, I can take the next turning. And we can park ourselves along any of these. Technically, are we supposed to be in this gate? I don't think so. Navigraph subscription will inject live traffic with FSLTL. That's right. Unfortunately, I do not have Navigraph. And I have no intention of getting a Navigraph subscription. Because I've been flying fine without it. Navigraph is amazing, don't get me wrong, it is incredible, but it's not for me. I'm not a big fan of subscriptions, guys. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I just don't like subscriptions. I've never been a fan of subscriptions. And besides, I feel like if I get beyond ATC, it will solve all my issues in one go. It will give me the traffic injection I require. It will give me the ATC I require. One-time payment. Great deal. Done deal right there. Done deal right there. You know what I mean? That is why I'm going that route. Okay, we can park at any one of these gates, really. I'm eyeing a spot right there, right in front of us. There's a heavy gate. Maybe gate 30 or something like that. 30, 28 or 34. We can park ourselves in right there. Brilliant. It's kind of different to the original 50 I wanted to go to, but we'll go in here. It is pretty cheap, 9 quid a month. It's not that big of a deal, to be honest with you. It's just, I don't know. For me, it's better to just go with the Beyond ATC. Yeah, Beyond ATC will not give you the charts and stuff that Navigraph does, which are pretty amazing, by the way. But still, I think little Navmap has been doing a good enough job for me, along with the default charts. I really don't care about having the most up-to-date air arc circles, cycles, and all that stuff. I don't care. You know, so it doesn't really make that much of a difference to me. Okay, let's turn in right here. Gate 30. There we are. Brilliant. Since we don't have a marshal here and GSX is not waiting for us, let's just go in and do this ourselves. There we are. There we are. There we are. And there we are. Okay. Ta-da! That's a very abrupt braking right there, but I hope the parking brake engaged. Yes, it did. Okay, great. Now let's go ahead and take a look at our landing replay before we do anything else further here. Otherwise, we're gonna have trouble. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at our landing replay. It's a long taxi today, wasn't it? Let me clean up our stream there so you guys can have a good look at landing replay. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna use the slider. Hope for the best. Yeah, we waited there quite a bit, and let's check out that landing, ladies and gentlemen. Landing replay number 1. For me, VATSIM is great to create that environment on the airport with the comms and the aircraft. Yeah. I know what you mean. That is correct. And VATSIM flying is generally more enjoyable and realistic. It's also great fun to watch as well, you know. Alright, let's check this out. How did we do when we come into land? Alright. I am not complaining. A little bit of abrupt movement there, and that happened because I was searching for my reverse thrust keys there. For some reason I can't get the reverse thrust on PMDG to work with my hardware. So I have to use my keyboard keys, and that's what happened right there. It happens every time. I never remember this. So annoying that I always forget this. But anyway, let's go ahead and have some fun with the landing replays and get our brakes piping red hot, which it will happen. Which means before our next flight to Milwaukee, we're going to have to cool that down. Yeah, that's alright. That's alright. You know what? Let's check out this view, shall we? We'll check out this view. Coming into Detroit. What scenery do I have installed here? If any. Ooh. Quelle surprise! Look at that touchdown. That was really good. I like it. I like it, everybody. I like it. That does not look like the default iPod to me. Is that the default iPod? I don't think it is. I don't think it is. It's too good looking for that. We'll go ahead and take a look at a couple more landing replays here. Obviously, let's check out the other view right there. I love this wing of the 777. Really nice. And we did not land into the rain. It was just fair weather today, wasn't it? Surely not default. Yeah, definitely not default. I'm gonna have to go check that out. Yes. Even with all the FS realistic and chase plane effects going on, that was smooth. I like it. Very nice. Sky Dolly doing a swell job at replays. There's a thunder off to the distance. Some lightning, I should say, not thunder, but you can't really hear it from this far away. Let's go ahead and take a look at some flyby views, which, as you all know, is my favorite. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Oh. Why is it so slow? It appears incredibly slow. This view will give you a few stutters here and there. It's very heavy on the graphics there. That looks absolutely fantastic. This is a flight simulator, and we're standing on a field of grass, or whatever this is. That's so cool. There we go. Coming into land, ladies and gentlemen. Let's check out that landing. And bam. Brilliant. Let's take a look at that landing one more time. From the flyby view from right about here. Let's take a look. Yeah, I think that's the right amount of landing rate that I would like. Not too smooth, not too hard. Thank you, Mr. Annis. Play it one last time, shall we? Play it from there. There you go. One last time. We can try the tower view. That's not something I do often. I should. So we'll try the tower view here. Yeah. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and check out tower view. There we go. There's the tower. Can zoom in on that aircraft a little bit. Oh yes. I definitely need to use more tower view because it's brilliant. Let's watch that one last time before we go in. Shut down our engines and prepare for our flight to Milwaukee. Yeah. Yeah. I like that view. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, we need to go back to where we left our aircraft. We need to get started, don't we? So let's do that, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, what is that about? Oh, there was a little mini crash during the landing replay. That's okay. Our aircraft is still perfectly fine. Don't worry about it. Oh, wow. Oh, look at that. We're on fire. Landing replay has screwed us over. I think I did too many landing replays. We're on fire. Oh, that is so cool. Look at us. We're taxiing and we're completely on fire. That's mental. That is mental. Look at that. A burning aircraft. Well, something went wrong. That's sure. That's for sure. The landing replay. I think we've done one too many landing replays and bam. A burning aircraft is taxiing onto the runway there, onto the gates. Nothing to panic. Nothing to see here, ladies and gentlemen. Just a little bit of heat. Must have got the heater on there for a little too long. That's all that happened. Just getting a little hot in the cabin. That's it. Just turn the AC on. It will be just fine. All right. We'll take a look at this because I have to do the second flight today. This is one of the problems with having a landing replay in the middle of a stream. Yeah, they were cold. I had to turn the heater up. You know, it's pretty cold. Canada and ice and snow and all that. You know what I mean? I just forgot to turn that down as we came to Detroit, and there you go. Bam. It looks cool though. Again, this is the TFX by TryTrySim. I was talking about TFX and GFX, and I didn't think I would have a chance to show you guys a live demonstration of the TFX effects. That is the TFX effect that we've got going on. Some of the crash effects right there. And looks pretty cool, doesn't it? The fire is not exactly very high quality, but it's cool. Very cool. Alright, let's just go back to our parking and see how we can fix this up. Yeah, we probably set the gate on fire, probably set the airport on fire. That is very, very bad. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna come back into our cockpit here. Oh, look at the cockpit says. It just says brake temperature is a little high. That's it. That's pretty much it. Nothing else is happening here. Nothing to see. Yeah, we're all good. Nothing to see here. Okay, I'll fix this up right now. We've got our G thing here. Those are the GFX. How do I turn on TFX? I don't know how to turn on TFX. Turn on and off TFX. How do I do that? This is just the GFX stuff. Ooh, lordy. Good lordy, how do I turn off the GFX? I don't know. Oh, there is something I can do though. There is something I can do here. Go to ground maintenance and we can do all of this stuff. Okay, anyway. Before we move any further, we need to shut down our engines, and to do that I want my APU running. So let me start up our APU here. I'll come down here, do things a little unrealistically now that we're on fire. Set the chocks, request the ground power, go up here, get these two running quickly so we can shut down our engines quickly. Maybe that will help with the fire. Engines are off. No, that doesn't seem to be helping with the fire, is it? No. Does not seem to be helping with the fire. These gates must be burning by now. How do I reset TFX? I have no idea how to reset the TFX. Maybe they should have included that option in the menu, huh? Otherwise, I can't fly with fire the whole way, can I now? I definitely can't. We might have to restart the simulator. I don't think you guys would mind. Would you guys mind me just restarting the simulator so that we can have, you know, get this thing to reset here? But before I do, I want to do some experimentation here. And that is namely... is that APU is on now, so we don't need... okay, we'll leave ground power on anyway. Let's turn these off right here, turn all of these off right here, turn these off right here. Turn these off right here. Beacon lights off, taxi lights off. These all came on during the taxi. Now we can let the passengers get out of our burning aircraft. This is all good. That is all good. ADARU and all of that stuff can remain. That is good. I'll leave it on anyway. That's all looking good. Does that do anything to the TFX? No, it doesn't. Okay, let me ask GSX to deboard our aircraft. Okay. And once it does that, let me try and reset the maintenance at the tab right here. So let's see. It looks cool though. It really looks like a real emergency right there. I think deboarding has begun. Yes, it has. So let me go into the tablet, go to maintenance, refill, 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 do that, do that, do that, do that, do that. Nope, still burning. Still burning. How about if I go down here, go to, oh, I know what to do. If we come down to the menu, PMDG setup, state load, and we go apron GSX. Will that do anything? Nope. Still on fire. Yeah, I think once we crash, there's nothing we can do about the fire, huh? What if we do cold and dark? Let's see. If we do cold and dark, maybe there's a chance. State load, cold and dark, execute that. Maybe there's a chance. Wait for things to shut down here. Nope, we're still on fire. We are still on fire. There's no way to shut down this fire, man. Yeah. So we're basically burning. There we go. Okay, so the landing was great. During landing replay, we had a bit of issues. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to restart the simulator. I'm going to end this flight and I'm going to spawn into this particular gate, which is gate 30 at Detroit, and then we're going to fly from Detroit to Milwaukee. Let's do that. Okay, so let me just go to some cinematics. Whilst I end flight. There you go. I'm going to end the flight here. Okay, I'm going to go put up the loading screen here for you guys, right? Yep, the loading screen is right here. Let's go to Detroit. Detroit. Where is Detroit? I'm going in there. Just bear with me just a second. Gate A30. Oh, look. I can literally check this out, guys. The aircraft is in flames and we can see it in flames. Gate A30. So that's where we're spawning into. Just give me a second. Set as departure. Yep. And let's load in, ladies and gentlemen. Yep. There we go. Hopefully it works. Ah, it is working. Brilliant. Brilliant. We are loading in. We'll be in cold and dark though. That's gonna suck. That's gonna kinda suck. That is gonna suck, but it's alright. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. There we go. Yep. Welcome back in, everybody, to our lovely aircraft. And this time we're not on fire. No, we're not. We are whole. And let's go ahead and get started with our flight from Detroit to Milwaukee. Break of immersion there due to that landing replay. Probably should have cut it off after the last landing replay, but hey, it's okay to be greedy sometimes. Yes, it is. All right. Let's jump in and get this party started because we are in cold and dark, which is kind of not nice. Let's come down to the tablet. Let's go. We need to set up our sim brief, don't we? So let's edit the flight a little bit. And we'll set up the sim brief. The only real change I'm going to make is KDTW to Milwaukee is KMKE. So we'll also check out the scenery from outside, perhaps. Getting ready to head to Milwaukee. Just tune back in after stepping away for a while. Yes, you missed the fire. We unfortunately had a little bit of an issue with the landing replay, and it set our aircraft on fire with the TFX effects going on. So we've started again, and we are now on our way. Well, we're getting underway to take off from Detroit Metro Wayne on towards Milwaukee Airport. So let's just do that. Welcome back in to the live stream, Mr. Blind of a Matter. Okay, everything else here looking good. Let me have a look at the flight plan before I sign off on that. MiGi 3. It's going to be another one of those flights, isn't it? Yeah, Milwaukee is right across the pond there, so it's not that. It's right across Lake Michigan, so we don't really have a rival per se. So that's fine. Missed the lightning strike and missed the fire. It's been an eventful day for you. Yes, it has. I'm gonna put shorts of both the fire and the lightning. In fact, let me write that down before I forget. Shorts. No, I have to write this down here. Fire. Lightning. See, I'm old-fashioned. I need to write things down if I have to remember them. So that's what I've just done. Okay, we've got our flight plan, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully it works for us here today. Electronic flight bag. Let's import our flight. Our alternate is Chicago O'Hare. It's very near us too. Let's head up here. Batteries on. Let's put... We don't have external power connected. Okay, let's do that. Ground operations, request external power there. Let's go up. External power. Passenger utility, ADDONS, emergency lights, voice recorder. Nav lights on. These can go on, which they are. And I think we're good to go. I think we are good to go here, everybody. Yeah, let's get our systems up. We'll wait for things to boot up here, and okay, we're taking a look here at the scenery. This is definitely not default, but I have no idea when or where I got the scenery. I have no idea, but this cannot be default. I don't think it is. It could be default? No, this is not default. Yeah, definitely not default, I guess. We can even see the inside. Yeah, we can see the interior. That's not default. It is not default. I don't think it's a handcrafted airport either, so I must have got it from somewhere. This is Detroit. I've flown in here before. Yeah, this is an airport I use not that infrequently. Same with Milwaukee. I fly into Milwaukee quite a bit. For some reason. But yeah, I fly into Milwaukee quite a bit. Detroit, not as much, but I do use Chicago O'Hare, and I know for a fact, I believe I have the default Chicago O'Hare. Yeah, it's handcrafted. Yeah. That's why I fly in there. Yeah, that's right. Got a little bit of flashing textures issues going on. But that happens with my cinematic panning sometimes, so I'm not complaining. It happens at almost every airport for me, even default ones. Okay, I believe our screens are... God, they still haven't booted up. Just the standby altimeter and the ADI is booted up. Come on, come to life here, please. Please, je beg. Je beg. Okay, we gotta go to GSX. We'll request boarding. Boarding requested ATS. There we go. Things are coming to life here. Things are coming to life here. Looking good. Let's go down to our FMC. Position initialization. I'm going to clear all of that. I'm going to put that in. Reference airport is going to be KDTW. Okay, that's fantastic for us. Let's go to the route. KDTW. And we're flying to KMKE. Milwaukee, everybody. Route request, sim brief, right there. No, with that one. Set the payload, set the fuel, select the route. Route requesting. If I remember right, Detroit Airport has an interesting little tram for navigating the terminal. Really? I don't know if the tram is modeled. I doubt it. Because I have a mental map of all the really well done airports that I actually have. Activate, execute. Did I load it? I don't think I loaded it. Hold on. Forgot to load it. I don't think I loaded it. Hold on. Let's just load it. Route 1 uplink loading. Probably not modeled, but there are also birds living in the airport in Milwaukee. Really? Are you serious? They're actual birds. Are they like kept as part of some sort of, I don't know, pets kind of thingy majiggy, or they're just living in there and no one just, they just let it be? Okay, 0 fuel weight in there. Let's go to departure arrival and see what we have here. Okay, departure today out of KDTW is 21 right, which is right there. And it is done using MIGI 2. So we're gonna MIGI 3. I only have MIGI 2, so this is kind of out of date here. I think they're just barn swallows or something that live in the rafters of the terminal and gate. That makes sense. That makes sense. Pretty cool of them to leave them there though. That's pretty cool. MIGI whatever, we're gonna execute all of that. Let's go down to arrival at KMKE. That is 07 right. Should we use the ILS today? Or should we use RNAV? No. RNAV. I need to do practice with RNAV before I can do that, right? Or should we just try the RNAV? I'll leave the ILS as a backup. I'll do the RNAV. RNAV 07 right. So I'll use RNAV 07 right Z. So we'll use the Z1, no transition. And I never said any star. Erase all of that. Arrival. I don't want a star. Oh. That's the only one available. Oh. Okay, I don't want any arrival procedure. Let's go to RNAV Z07 right. And no transition. We're just going to execute that. Legs. That looks okay. Hopefully we'll be alright. I have not performed an RNAV approach in forever. Let's see. I need to start flying radio without using ILS and all that stuff. You know, more manual stuff. That's what I want to do. So let's just jump into it. Whatever happens, happens. We'll sort it out along the way. And if all things don't work, we're just gonna put ourselves into a hold, tune in the ILS, and just take it in. That's it. That's simple. We have a backup in case everything goes to in case everything goes sideways. All right, so we've got all that set up. Let's go to, what else do we need to go to? Performance. What else? So to do that, let's bring that up. Come down here, performance tool. Before I do anything, let's take a look at GSX. Yep, cargo loading is going on and gateway is attached and passengers are boarding. Our fuel is already set by me from the EFP. I didn't bother requesting refueling, and that's okay. It's just gonna take too long anyway. So let's head back in here. Import from OFP, sorry. Can it do that? No, it can't. We need to select the runway first. 21 right. 21 right for takeoff right here. That's all looking good. Import from the aircraft. Import from OFP. There's a slight difference between the two. I'm gonna go with this one. Import the weather at the moment, just making sure we're on live weather since we restarted the flight there. That's good, that's good, it's all live. Calculate everything we need to know. There you are. Flaps 5, etc, etc. Before I go anywhere though, I need to do something with thrust limit. Okay, so let's go to performance. This is fine. Let's go to thrust limit here. So 44 selected. Let's put that in there. And it's TO2. Ooh. Put back 44 there. That's fine. Takeoff now, flaps 5. CG is going to be 4.75 trim. We didn't check the trim in the last flight, but I think it automatically set it. I don't know. We have to set the trim here. Takeoff gross weight, I'm estimating it to be 487. Is it gonna be though? I'm gonna give it at 488. I'm gonna put it at 488. Let's go towards wind. Wind today apparently is 180/10, so we can put that in here. Just like that. 180/10. All of that is fine. Reference OAT at 28, and I'm gonna put that in. Let's go to the previous page. 1, 2, 3. That's done. Progress page on this one. Not that we're really gonna use it. That's all done, right? Yes, it is. Now let's go to Flight Planner. Let's go to our charts here. The one we're gonna use. Let's get our landing stuff ready. Milwaukee. Our charts here. Approach is going to be RNAV. RNAV 21. Wait, hold on. Hold on. 07 right. Oh, we got a discontinuity there. We got 07 right. Okay, so let's do RNAV 07 right. Where that's 07 right. RNAV Z right here using GPS. Okay, so let's do that. I'm going to have to pin this as well as the ILS one just in case we miss it, so we can come here, save charts, and go to that. Okay, so landing into Milwaukee using the RNAV approach, we have a 2900 at IF right here, and then at F we are supposed to be at 2700 at Fidno, followed by Hulox, which is right here. Hulox is right here, 1340. There you go. 779 as MDA for me at least. Alright. What is the airport elevation? GPS required. Yep. DME RNP. Where is RNP? Where is RNP? What is the signal for RNP? Yeah, we don't need any of those, do we? Yeah, we will just follow the chart. We'll be okay. 50 is the airport elevation as far as I'm concerned. It's 50, right? I think it is. Let me check. Is it 50? I think so. Anyway, I'm gonna leave this open here. Let me get little nav map ready for us here, everybody. Create the flight plan there. I'll show it to you guys in just a second. Let's put back our tablet there. Take a look at what's going on with GSX. Let's request prepare for pushback. Look at that. We still got so many passengers. Prepare for pushback and departure pressed. Oh my god, it's gonna take a while. That's alright. We'll just leave our aircraft something like this, and let's take a look at little nav map. Little nav map right here, everybody. So this is our flight plan from Detroit. We are going to fly on towards what do you call this? Milwaukee. Sorry about that. My brain just ate for a second there. Alright, so we're gonna fly over Lake Michigan there in the end of our journey. So let's go ahead and give it an arrival. Let me give it an arrival. Runway 07 right. Just the approaches, please. We're using RNAV Z. And insert that into it. This is what we look like. Okay, this is what it looks like. So I think we are good to go. Very interesting tight turn here. I might not do a turn this tight. I might just fly parallel and then turn it in just to make it a bit smoother there. But yeah, apart from that, we're looking good. Yes, we are. So we got a fairly long taxi today, but not that long. We can make it. We just need to turn with our nose to the left again. We can use that taxiway right there to reach 21 right. Not too bad. Okay, there you go. Very simple flight plan. And I'm gonna put a little nav map away now. Let me go check out what our cruising altitude is today if we come to a sim brief. It is 32,000 feet today. That seems awfully high. That seems awfully high. We just came from Toronto at 22,000 feet. That seems awfully high. You know what, let me go into 280. It says 32,000 here though. What flight level are we going to? 280. I think it's too high. I think 280 is just too high. Let's do 26,000. How about that? Let's just do 26,000. Let's do 260 here. I think that's better. Yeah, I think that's better. Let me have a look. Yeah, that's better. We'll do 260 than 28,000. So that's good enough. We'll disregard this 32 completely. All right, now we just have to wait for our ground services. Delta Airlines. Really? Detroit is Delta? Looking good. Let me go into the drone mode here. Whilst we're waiting for our passengers and stuff. Oh look! The interior is modeled. Check that out. The interior is modeled. It looks so good. Oh, it's a good model. This is a good model. I wonder who made it. I gotta go check that out. I have to go check out which one I have installed, but it's a good one. Just walking around in Milwaukee, huh? Very nice, isn't it? I don't know how well modeled it is, though. I don't think that part is modeled. Oh, it is! Would you look at that? And got the fountain as well. Oh, there's the tram. Mr. Blind over matter. The tram is modeled, and there it is. We can see the tram going up and down. There it is. Alcohol service allowed in seating area. Oh. The tram thing is modeled in the terminal there. Wow. Pretty cool that we saw that. Let's go catch up to it. Look at that. Pretty cool that we saw that, huh? Check that out. Very nice. Yep, it is modeled. Pretty nice. Alright, now I don't know who made this, but it's pretty good. It is pretty good. Yes, it is. Yep, it is pretty good. This is rather blank. Oh, no, it's not. It's actually modeled well enough, definitely. Okay. Where are we again? Oh, we're the Air Canada right here. All I see is Delta everywhere. Is there nothing else here? Oh, there we go. We've got JetBlue and Sun Country. United. The very interesting United. And Southwest together. Oh, wait. That's a glitch, isn't it? We got two planes on top of each other. That's a little glitch. Ah, no wonder these liveries look off. This one is okay, Aero Mexico, but these are glitched up. There you go. Maybe because there's some... I don't know what it is. But there's some glitch here. Let me try to do something here. Let me... Oh, that was FSLTL doing that for some reason. I think I've got something duplicate running. Let me put back the traffic injection. I really need to get my hands on Beyond ATC, don't I? Traffic injection is back, everybody. Okay, let me see. Are we ready to get started? What on earth is going on right now? Why are passengers coming through the air into our aircraft? What happened to the jetway? I think when I reset traffic, it kind of messed up the jetway too. Sorry guys. I apologize. Oh, I didn't start the traffic yet. Hold on. I'm starting it now. There we go. I've started it. FSLTL traffic. So we'll ignore that. Can we please get underway? What? How many passengers have boarded? Oh, still got 50. Let it happen. Okay. Traffic injection should be working now, but it isn't. Okay. It is. Ah, there it is. I think that should fix the overlap, right? Let's go check it out. Whilst we wait for all these passengers to board here. Yep, that's fixed it. Check it out. That's fixed it. That has fixed it. So we had a little bit of an issue there, but that's fixed. Just had to restart my traffic. That's it. Alrighty. I'm getting impatient to get ourselves out of here. We've been on the ground for too long. We've been on the ground for too long, man. And the jetway is kind of pissing me off. That's kind of stupid, isn't it? Okay, we're almost there. We're almost there. Okay, I think passenger boarding's done with. Oh, I forgot. We need to turn on the APU. Let's turn that on. Okay, I think we're getting ready for pushback. Okay, let's set local pressure here. LNAV, VNAV. No, sorry. FD, LNAV, VNAV. Let's set runway heading, which is 216. So let's put 216. Release ground power. Yeah, we can do that now, can't we? APU is running, right? Is APU running? APU is not yet running. Mr. APU needs to be running first. Ah, APU is running. Now release the ground power. Okay, runway heading 216. Let's put that in. (216) set. Speed here needs to be at 176. 180 again as usual. We'll do 180. Let's come down here. Let's go to our ground ops. Let's remove the chocks there. Door. Oh crap. Forgot about that. There we go. My bad. Let's arm everything up here. That's good. And I think we're good. 216, 180, all of that set. Our cruising altitude 26,000 feet, which is going to go directly to it. Let's do that. Nose to the left here today. Release parking brakes. Commencing push. Starting at will, ladies and gentlemen. Today it's going to take a bit of time for me to start here probably. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Beacon lights on. We're supposed to do an engine checklist thingy-majiggy, but I didn't do that. I'm going to pretend like my oxygen is tested. All of that is done. Let's just go to the next one. Okay, that's fine. Okay, start engines right here. Okay, N2 rising. I'll test the oxygen. Just for the sake of saying I did it. Okay, flick that open right there. Why are we being pushed back so aggressively? Okay, let's listen to the engine starting up. Parking brake set. Engine startup. Engine still coming to life here, but we're gonna go on with the next engine. Let's do that. N2 rising. Flick that open. Engine number 2 coming to life. Left is clear, right is clear. Hand signal right there. Great, isn't that beautiful? Head back in here, everything looking fantastic for us here today. I'm gonna turn that down a little bit. Turn this down too. There we go, everybody. I think that's good enough. You know what? Let me do this. This is good enough. Okay. Great. Auto brake, RTO. Oh, would you look at that? This thing is finally functioning, huh? Wow. That's fantastic. Oh, it doesn't function that way. It functions like this. Or it functions from FS actions. Okay, whatever. We'll put this back down to that one right there. We need to drop our flaps, don't we? So let's do that. Flaps dropping to position 5. I like to drop my flaps right here just so we can enjoy that view. Brilliant. Okay. Let's head up here, set on our taxi light to on. And I believe we're ready to taxi, right? Checklist. Before taxi checklist. And this is pre-flight parking brake. I'll just do this just so it gets it out of the way. Okay, fuel control switches. All of this is fine. Checklist override. Before taxi, anti-ice is already set up to automatic. Yes, it is. Recall, we need to check our recall here. Where's recall? Yeah, it's just the TCAS, but don't matter. Flight controls, we need to check the flight controls a little bit. Looking good, looking good, looking good, looking good, looking good, looking good, looking good. I think we're okay. I don't need to worry about the flight controls. Come back to checklist. Ground equipment clear there. Flaps are done, and then after this it's all good from here. Parking brake release. Okay, we're ready to get underway here. There we go. Beacon nav, everything else here looking good. Our APU can come off now, we don't need it. Everything else is looking alright. Yeah, it is. APU cooldown, TCAS is off, that's fine. Alright, let's taxi on to our takeoff runway, which is runway 21 right here today. Alrighty. Alrighty. For taxi view, I'll just do this. Brilliant. Give it a bit of oomph there. Okay, that's more than enough to get us taxiing a little quicker there. There we are, ladies and gentlemen. Air Canada, out of Detroit to Milwaukee. Air Canada does have the shortest 777-300ER flight, if I'm not mistaken. They fly from Toronto Pearson to some airport called Bishop something in Toronto. I think that's the shortest one, if I'm not mistaken. In either case, they have an extremely short flight with this extremely long-range aircraft, which is rather strange. There we go. Let's get ourselves back in line here. Let's put on some music while we taxi, shall we? Saying goodbye to Detroit. Well, not exactly. At least to the airport area, the terminals. Lots of flashy going on. Take the right turn right ahead of us. I can listen to this music all day long. Beautiful. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. I'm in the air myself. Dodge City, Kansas to a new airport for me. To a new airport for me. Outside the Phoenix area. PS5, so no custom scenery, but it's fun anyway. Oh, you're flying on PS5? How's that going? A lot of people have been having a lot of issues. How's it going for you? On the PS5. Pretty long taxi. Oh. This one wasn't as long as the last one when we took off, I believe. We still got about half a runway length left, so that's about 4,000 feet or so left in taxi. I'm afraid we need to turn this way. Yep. Phoenix Sky Harbor, is that where you're going? Or somewhere else? Kansas City is pretty cool. I don't know about scenery for the airport, but it's pretty cool. Not great. Lots of bugs, and some of my favorite aircraft are currently broken, but trying to enjoy it as much as I can, hopefully. Hoping things get fixed soon. Yep, they are working on a lot of updates at the same time. I think the truth of the matter is, I think the PS5 expansion, as much as I'm glad that everyone can join, and I'm also looking forward to getting some of my friends who play PS5 to try and join me on this as well, but I think Asobo and Microsoft are a little bit rushing that thing. Anyway, Mr. 850, Mr. 850, we're coming up on our runway right there. The end of this is where we turn off. So that's it. It's just straight from here. Okay? So we'll be pretty much near our takeoff runway. Very, very shortly, we'll be holding short. Oh, would you look at that? A view from the road. A view from the road. It's pretty cool, isn't it? That's pretty cool. I like it. Going to Williams Gateway. It's near Sky Harbor, but I've never been and figured I'll try something new. Definitely. See, that's the whole point of flight sim, in my opinion, is to explore places that you've never been, right? And get familiar with them, and then, of course, you can have your bread and butter. Nothing wrong with that. Like I have my bread and butter, which is mainly, I mean, it depends on the region of the world you're talking about. In the Middle East, it's definitely Doha and Dubai are my main hubs, if you want to call it that, for the channel. Oman too. In Asia, we've got Sydney in Australia, which I really like. The whole of Japan, pretty much. Seoul, Incheon, which I really like. In America, it's mostly on the West Coast. That is, I like San Francisco and Vancouver International in Canada. So lots of places that I fly to like almost regularly. But love to go and explore some stuff. If you are, I don't know how many of you guys fly in Australia, definitely go and fly in Australia, because after the sim update, and I also had a look at some of the sceneries available there, the airports available there. There's quite a collection there, and they're spaced really well. So if you kind of spruce up the Australia region, it's really fun to fly there. I like flying to new cities and learning about how the history of aviation connects with the history of the cities I fly to. It's just an engaging way to fly. That is a very good way to fly. Did we just have another lightning strike? Okay, let's just, we've come to our runway here. Right here. So let's turn it in. I'm not gonna hold short per se. I'm just gonna go for it. Okay, I need to slow down though. I don't want to be this quick. I'll come down, put that on there, taxi light off, that on there. I'll leave this like this for the time being. TCAS all the way. And I believe we're ready to go. RTO set. Yep, everything else is ready to go. Let's get out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, switch that music off, get to flight mode. And let's get out of here. Alright, time for takeoff, ladies and gentlemen, and my nose Will tiller got stuck there. My bad. I apologize, but we're just gonna go for it. Okay, everything is alive. Engine's looking good. 80 knots. Yep. We're accelerating really quickly today.
V1.
Rotate. Okie and get up. We are, ladies and gentlemen. Let's turn our aircraft. Ooh, ho, ho, ho. Very bumpy. Slides up. There you go. Because I'm visually impaired, I have to rely on a lot of autopilot. Ah, right. That makes sense. That makes sense to me. Give it up to the autopilot right now. Let's take a look as we take off from here. Look at that. That looks fantastic, doesn't it? And definitely don't fly by proper rules, but I have to make my own entertainment, so I find learning about places to be as fun as I fly. Yes, they are. As a matter of fact, there is a tool that can help you, Mr. Blind Over Matter, if I might suggest something that you will find very, very useful, sir. And that is... Oh, we got lightning. We got lightning, and that is Bush Talk Radio. I would like you to go ahead and check out Bush Talk Radio, because that is the fantastic tool that you need. So when you fly past different points of interest in the world, not while flying airliners, but since you particularly asked me about VFR flying, was that you? But if you're flying GA aircraft in particular, as you fly across various points of interest around the globe, it's going to give you a little tour. It's going to give you a little narration for you to listen to. And it's going to give you a little bit of history, a little bit of, something unique about it, whatever it is. So it can turn your VFR flying into a little bit of fun. You can leave it on autopilot, have a little route. Pretty cool, right? So you should try out Bush Talk Radio. Bush Talk Radio. It shouldn't be too hard to set up. Very nice. Check that out, everybody. We're leaving behind Detroit. We're pretty much left behind Detroit. Detroit is way behind us, by the way. I'm hoping to get a PC down the road so I can get this, because I've seen it before and it looks spectacular. Especially the narration obviously being helpful. But yes, that is correct. That is correct. I'm not entirely sure if Bush Talk Radio is available for, Xbox or any of that, or PS5. I don't think it is. I think it's an PC only application, so you might be right about that. Okay, we've got an altitude restriction here, so I guess our aircraft is going to hold that, but we are on our way towards 26,000 feet. We just have to chime in at about 10,000 feet. There's plenty of lightning ahead of us. Now I'm going to leave it like this here. We're not going to switch into cinematic mode just yet, because I do want to turn off some stuff at 10,000 feet, right? Looks cool. We look fantastic. Oh yeah, look at that. Beautiful wing fade. Let's check out the outside, what's happening. we should continue our climb shortly. Oh yeah, that looks fantastic beneath us. Got plenty of lightning around us. Everything is looking great today. Oh, spooky. Oh wait, there's a little bit of a glitch right there. I don't know what that was in the distance. Yeah, something is showing through the clouds there. I don't know what that is. That's a graphical glitch, I believe, with GFX or the way our simulator does that, but that's interesting. See what's happening in the cockpit. We are skyrocketing towards 26,000 feet. Skyrocketing. What a strange word. That's much better. 10,000 feet coming up, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for us to go ahead and turn off some stuff here. 10,000 feet. I'm going to turn these off. I know it's turbulent today, but I'm still going to turn off our passenger signs. At least leave them on automatic. Runway turn off lights, definitely off. Strobe lights remain on, everything else on. That's it at 10,000 feet, nothing else, right? So we can go to some cinematic views till about 13,000 feet, and let's go ahead and enjoy that. Okay, we're gonna continue our climb here. Gonna move on towards 18,000 something. That's where I expect us to be required to change the altimetric pressure. My ETA, Milwaukee, in terms of how long you have left, gotta go walk my dog, but I want to check in when I get back. Not long at all. Our topper descent is right there. Our topper descent is right there. Alright guys, sorry about that. I was just not available there for a second. Yeah, so ETA roughly, we don't have a long way to go, but something funny just happened with our aircraft. I don't know what that is, but I think we're okay. Yeah, just about 80 nautical miles to topper descent. Gotta walk my dog. That's it's very nice that you have a dog. I've had dogs before, but I'm missing a dog in my life at the moment. I really am. I'm missing a dog at the moment. I've been thinking of getting quite an, it's quite confusing which breed you want to pick out when you decide to get a dog, but right now I can't get one, but soon hopefully I will get myself a little companion. Sort of like when you fly from Milwaukee to Chicago. By the time you get up into cruise, you're pretty much headed back down. That's exactly the case here. That's pretty much the case here. But Milwaukee is even shorter than this. That's just a little hop. That's literally what that is, right? But if you're talking about like Detroit to Milwaukee, at least you've got the Great Lake to cross there. You have to cross Lake Michigan, which we're about to do, by the way. We're into that stretch, coming into that stretch. By the time we reach topper descent, we'll be flying over Lake Michigan. So yeah, Chicago to Milwaukee or Milwaukee to Chicago is shorter than that. They're right next to each other, literally. If I want to give you an exact time, blind over matter, I can't really... Yeah, I can't really give you one right now. It's about, at least what I'm looking at, about 25 minutes is what I would say. 25 minutes is what I would say. Yeah, that's what it would be. I used to live near Lake Michigan. It was amazing how much the weather was different on the water, especially during spring. Yes. Because the Great Lakes, particularly Lake Michigan and stuff, are so large, they have their own independent weather system. So when you're in the middle of the lake, it can actually pretty much seem like you're in the high sea, although you're completely inland. It's very difficult because the lakes they're so large. They come with their own weather systems. That is a very accurate way of putting it. Very accurate way of putting it. Okay, let's go back to some cinematics, shall we? Because we have some time to kill here, but not too long though. Very close to top descent. I'm sorry I had to step away from the mic for a second, but I am available, so feel free to chime into the live chat. You say I should do a flight up near the Lake Superior area? The ship, yeah, I'm aware of the ship you're talking about. The Edmund Fitzgerald, I am aware of that ship. There's a crazy lake weather story, yep, you're right. Fitzgerald, I am aware of that. Lake Superior, I will try to look for a flight that's near that region. And I will try that out. For our next stream, I will definitely be flying the Rotate MD-11. Unfortunately, that aircraft does not go anywhere near that area for the next one, so I think we'll do a VFR flight around Lake Superior. We'll do that. We'll do that around Lake Superior. VFR around Lake Superior. Let me write that down. That seems like a good idea for me for... VFR Lake... My pen is not working. Oh lordy, my pen is not working. Okay, VFR Lake Superior. You know what, let me start writing. I'm so old-fashioned, I have to write things down on the notepad. But it's about time that I start doing things a little bit modern. Oh, wait. We need to worry about our flight now. Yeah, top of descent is very close, so I'm just gonna leave it in this view for the time being, whilst I jot down this particular idea. I've done this. Yes. Okay. VFR Lake Superior. I've taken that down as a note. It's not a good idea for me to be typing on the PC at the moment. I might inadvertently cause some things to happen because, you know, controls and stuff. Not sure if you upload later, but hope you have a safe landing in Milwaukee. If it's up later, I'll check it out, but wishing you a safe landing. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Matter there. Yes, it will be uploaded. All my live streams are available as playback videos for you to watch later if you wish. So yeah, thank you very much, and I shall see you soon. Have a good time walking your dog, Mr. Matter. Thank you very much for chiming in once again. I don't know what it is, but I'm really enjoying this lounge music. I don't know, I hope you guys are having a good time too. Okay, I think it's time for us to head back in here. Top of descent is supposed to come up here. Let's go to our landing. Let's set that up right there. Let's see, where is our altitude? It's RNAV, right? So we need to refer to the charts to set up our altitude. So let's do that. RNAV at Imiwo. 2,900. 2,900. I don't see a 2,900 right here at Imiwo. Emawo, whatever you want to call it. So 2,900 I think is good enough for us to set up for our descent here. So we'll do that right here. Okay, we'll set it up. 2,900. There you go. 2,900 set up right here. Let's put this down. There we are. Let's also have... Let's just go through the chart here. Now we're gonna arrive into the waypoint of Imiwo. Once we do, we have some things to take care of here. Distance to threshold 12.9. At 6.7, we need to be at 2,900 feet. Okay. 523.80, which is right about, where is 5? 5 is right here. 23.80. At 4, we need to be at 2060. 1.8 around MDA right there. Yeah, 1340. No, MDA is somewhere here. Now MDA is supposed to be somewhere here. So we're doing 779, isn't it? So that's our MDA. We can set that up at barometric pressure, isn't it? Yeah, barometric pressure 770 can be set. So let's come down here. Maybe we can do baro 770. Let's try that. Let's see if it works. Okay, we'll set it up. I think it's supposed to be 779 or something like that. I'm gonna go with 770. Let's find out if that works. Oh, that's too much. Okay, struggling to twist this in here. Let's check our altitudes here. I'm gonna leave it exactly the way it is. All right, brilliant. Runway threshold 728. Okay. 3 degrees glide slope. That's fine. Displaced right here, isn't it? Yeah. We'll be okay. We will be just fine, and we're flying with GPS, so it's VNav, LNav, we have LNav, 80, 460, 460. Okay, I think we're good. I think I'm ready. There's the Badger holding point, I guess. Is that a beacon? Yeah, it is. That's where you normally perform a hold or something like that, but I'm not worried about that. And there we go. We've reached our top of descent and we've begun descending down. And we are right. We're just coming up on the lake. So yeah, how can I show you guys the lake here? We're literally coming up on the lake. Top of descent is literally on top of the lake. At the eastern shore of Lake Michigan is what it is. Okay, so I think it's time for us to switch into cinematic mode until we reach around 18,000 feet, where we can do our local altimetric pressure for descent and all that good stuff. Let's check out our checklist after takeoff. Oh god. Descent checklist. We should have done this before. Nothing there, nothing there. Auto brake on position 1 for me today. Landing, VREF is there. That's fine. Approach briefing is done, and that's it. Brilliant. Okay, let's go into some cinematic views and enjoy that for the time being. Lake Michigan underneath us, everybody. Oops, we need to jump into the flight deck there. I forgot about that. Let's put our altimetric pressure right there. There we go. I think that sounds, yeah, that's good. No, I keep forgetting. I don't need to press both of them, just one of them because they're linked. Can I change that linking over here? Because I'm so used to pressing both on either side. Is there a way I can link? I don't think there's a way to change that, is there? No. Ah, yes, there is. Yes, there is, because we do have PMDG setup. And you can go to options and simulation. And yeah, this is the thing that shows the thrust lever position. I like to have that on usually. I like to. And I thought we were on auto throttle. There we go. Okay, I'll just leave it on off. When moving. No. Okay, you know what? I'll just leave it on. Show fly-by-wire trim reference speed. Is that fly-by-wire? I don't know. High idle on flare. I don't know. Next page. AT manual override in hold mode only. Okay. Oh, interesting. In hold mode only. So only when we're in hold mode can we do that. Interesting. AT flare, idle override. Off. Control column null zone, all of that. Okay. Display units power up. Save fluids on exit. Service based failures off. Barrow and minimums sync. There you go. This sync can be turned off. Should I leave it on or off? You know what? I'll leave it on. I'll leave it on. As much as I keep making that same issue everywhere, I think I'll leave it on. Barrow and yeah, I'll leave it on. I'll leave it on. Okay. Let's just go back to legs. Yeah. It says that we need a bit of drag. We probably do, but I think we're okay, right? Coming up on 10,000 feet, time for us to turn off some lights and stuff here. Are we flying into the sunset? Yeah, we're flying into the west, so we are. We are. Okay, below 10,000, let's go ahead and turn these on right here. Let's turn these on too. We're good here for the time being, are we not? We need some drag. Yes, I'm aware of that. Should I do that? Yeah, let's just do it. Give it a bit of drag. Checklist, that's set. And now we've got our landing checklist. Alright, let's reduce the range on this side here to something like that. Let me reduce the range on this to 20. Let me take a look here. Okay. Ooh, that looks a little messed up. It is a little messed up. Okay, we're flying on to Emu. Quite rapidly here. We're flying hard, I have to. So we gotta be careful here. Sorry. Okay, I think we're okay now. Little overspeed there. What does it show throttle? It's not showing the throttle. Oh, I see it. It's showing the throttle here. Okay. You know what? I don't think that's very realistic, right? Let's go to PMDG setup. Let's go to the options simulation. Show thrust lever. No, don't show it. Because that's not realistic. It's not something that's there in the aircraft, right? Okay, I'll give it a bit more drag here. Trying to slow us down. And then I shall... push that up slowly. I'll leave it up. The aircraft is struggling to maintain the speed, so I'll keep it out a little bit. There we go. We'll keep it like this. That's good enough. Yep, there it is. Now we're below 10,000 feet coming into our arrival procedure. Let's focus with the music off there. That doesn't seem right, does it? No. Something wrong with the flight plan there, for sure. Hopefully it won't be a major issue. And why is the aircraft having such difficulty right now? Don't increase the throttle, just pitch the nose down. There you go. Stop increasing the throttle, mate. You're gonna overrun the speed again. Okay, Great Lake, Michigan. There we go. Nothing but beautiful water. You can see the land ahead of us. We're coming into Milwaukee. Chicago is off to this side. Yep, it's literally off somewhere there. And Milwaukee is right ahead. Yeah, literally Milwaukee is this right here. Okay, that is Milwaukee right ahead of us. Alrighty. Lots and lots of boats. We're still flying on to... How are we looking with our altitude right now? I think we're looking okay. Where's our aircraft? Can we see it? Yeah, it's coming in from here. And we're gonna fly towards Emu. It's gonna do a funny little thing here before it actually flies over. Let me check what's going on here. Just go directly to Emu. Why are we having such a difficult time here? Apparently not. Okay. Fidno. Why are we going directly to Fidno? No. None of this makes any sense. Why did you just do that? Why did our aircraft just do that? That's not right. Okay, we're gonna have to program in our... I know what to do. Whatever the issue is, you can just tune in with select our heading here. I'm going to fly towards this heading, and whilst that's happening, let's tune in the waypoints here correctly. Move. Whoa. Okay, I'm going to put that in. Oh Lord. Wait. Okay. Execute it. Then we're going to go to Fidno. And then we're going to go to Hulox. I'm going to go to Hulox as well. There you go. Execute all of that. We're going to go directly there. Execute that. We're going to put that in. You know what? I know what to do. I'm going to clear this. Delete this guy. Execute it. There you go. Now we should be fine. Let's go towards LNAV. And let's see what it does, eh? Now we should be good to go. Whatever issue there was, it should have cleared itself up. And we're holding 2,900 feet. Very low here. And we're heading on towards that particular... I know what to do. Let's put our heading out a little bit. And put it on that heading there. Perfect. We'll fly parallel to that track and then we'll turn back around. That should sort our issue. Brilliant. Some on-the-fly mending there. Don't worry too much about it. We're going to be just fine. So we're supposed to be 2,900 at... What? Why does it keep erasing stuff? No, this is not what I want. Stop erasing it. Whoa. Can I put that there? Leave it like this. Thank you. Okay. And it's not 2278 or whatever. As a matter of fact, can I come to departure arrival? Index. Can I do arrival? And can I go RNAV Z this and execute that and then try and come to my legs? I'm gonna leave it like this. I know this sounds a bit weird, but I'm going to leave it like this, okay? I'm going to leave it like this. And once I reach Imovu, I'm going to take this and skip it. That's how we're gonna do it. Yep, that's how we're gonna do it, okay? I know this looks a little weird right now, but bear with me. Okay, flying in, ladies and gentlemen. Looking good, 2,900, a little too low, but that's okay. Here we are, Milwaukee right there. The textures are not loading. I don't think I have any scenery for Milwaukee installed either. Yeah. That's not looking very good, is it? On this side, we have the airport where we're about to land into. Milwaukee. Right here. There you go. Okay. We're about to land in there. We're using the RNAV procedure. We will be okay. We will be okay. Yeah, we should be. If I get this right, we should go towards... the distance is increasing. Okay. There it is. There is Imovu. Imovu is right here. Okay, so once I reach that, I'm going to press this and I'm going to press that. Then that should solve the issue. Oh, there's two separate Imuvus. It says 18 nautical miles. What Imovu is that? Is this one? No, that's 10 nautical miles away. None of this makes any sense. We'll find out. We'll find out. I think it's because of the addition of that. Never mind. Yeah, I think we'll be okay. Let's find out. Yep, we'll jump in right here. You see that? We'll jump in right there. Perfect. We'll jump in right here. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. As a matter of fact, we can do this right now, but we'll stay on heading mode. No, don't do that. Why do you do that? I don't get it. Why does it do that every time? There's something wrong here, isn't there? Yeah, clearly. Let's continue flying out here. We'll turn ourselves in towards a MOO, and then we'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay. Our altitudes are looking fine. I'm gonna give us some time here. Let's just continue flying. Alright. So something is up with the FMS here, huh? Maybe something I'm doing funny. Where's our aircraft? I don't see it. Oh, there it is. There it is. Yeah, we're gonna fly this way and then we're gonna turn back in. Brilliant. Brilliant. We also need to worry about our speed a little bit since the speed management's out of whack here, isn't it? Yeah, I'm not going 240 at the runway, come on. So we probably need to slow down here. Yeah, that does not seem right to me. Wait. Runway, and then bay, and then bay, and then runway 07R? You want me to fly over it? Is that what it's trying to make me do? Because I'm not doing that. I'm coming directly in. I'm not doing that. Yeah, okay, 170, fine. I want to manually control our speed here. So let's go... Turn it down to 220. There you go. Let's fly this in. Put my slats down there. Allow us to slow down a little bit more here. And we'll put ourselves on a nice little descent. It's kinda not gonna work at this point, but still. Yeah. Something is messed up with the way I did this. So now I'm gonna turn ourselves in and we need to be descending at 6.7 nautical miles away from the runway. We need to be descending. Okay. Okay, so this is thoroughly messed up, right? So we got to destination. Okay, we got our progress here, so I'll use progress right here. Yeah, that's good enough. And I'll switch it to legs right here and we'll be fine. So at 6.7 we begin a descend at I think okay, let's turn ourselves back in. Is not going to work for us today. Alright, so since it's a little bit messed up and I have no idea what's going on here, I'm just going to... Yeah, we're coming in 2900 and I'm going to command a descend here. Ugh. I'll put it on VS mode. I'll put it on VS mode. I'll give it about 930 or something. Descend and then we'll check. We'll check it out. We'll check it out. We'll check how it's going. Right? We'll check how it's going. Maybe flight path angle, maybe. We'll try an FBA. Okay, let's set 076 here. Maybe we'll try a flight path. Let's wait till we reach here. Let's wait till we reach right there, and then we'll see. At least we got visuals today, so it's gonna be okay, right? Okay, let's try. Let's try, ladies and gentlemen. We're coming in 2900 over 6.7, 2900. So at 6.9, we should be at 2900, which we kind of are, aren't we? I think we're okay. We'll find out. We'll find out. Let's just continue the way it is. This is why you need to not perform stuff that you're not used to. But hey, it's alright. It's alright. I need to go and learn how to do this properly, don't I? Not a lot of heavy gates at Milwaukee here. Most of them are medium, apparently. But I'll find ourselves something to land into. There are 2 heavy gates under question. So we'll find ourselves a heavy gate and we'll see how it goes. Okay, coming in... let's tune that in right there. Okay. I have no idea if this is gonna work out, ladies and gentlemen, but let's do that. Let's also worry about our speed here, so let's slow down to 200. And let's put our flaps down to 5. Best to be configured as early as possible, so I don't have to worry about our configuration, right? Not looking very good. Yeah, I don't think we are. We'll find out, ladies and gentlemen. We'll find out. Let's go down on our flaps again. Flaps 15. $16.2. D. Okay, we'll do a 1.5, I guess. I don't know. Je ne sais pas. We shall find out. We shall find out. Wait, we're supposed to be at 0.75, and then when we reach 6, we're supposed to go to 0. Okay. It's alright. We'll just wing this. 16.2 nautical miles away to KMKE. It's still showing that. Why is it showing that? Oh, guys. My mouse. Oh, okay. My mouse is back. 16.1, 16. Okay. Now that's a fuel. My God. Distance to go. What? Why is it showing 7-0? Oh lordy, there's something really messed up with our flight plan here, isn't there? Clear. Delete this guy. And execute that. Let me try this. Okay. None of this makes any sense. Oh lordy. Wait, hold on. Delete that. Invalid. Are we deleting this? Invalid. Yeah, I'm confused. I don't know what it's doing. I have no idea what it's doing. Something is messed up in the way how the thing is programmed, and there's the runway. Yeah, we've stuffed this up royally. I don't know what is going on right now. I'm so confused. The only thing I can think of doing is turning around and let me figure out what exactly is going on here. Something is very wrong. Something is definitely very wrong. Yeah, I've stuffed this up. There's something going on. I can't tell what is wrong, so I'm completely and thoroughly confused. I don't know what this is. How do you delete this? Yeah, I'm stuffed up. I have stuffed it up, ladies and gentlemen. Let me try this again. Departure, arrival. There's something wrong here. I put this in, execute that, go back to the legs. See, that's a problem. This is what it does. Yeah. Did you not step through the flight plan to make sure there's no weirdness? Yeah, I forgot to do that, Mr. Mike Smith. I actually forgot to do that. I was in such a rush to get out of here. I forgot to do that. Now the weirdness is a little too much. I'm confused as heck. It's completely and utterly screwed up. So yeah. Yep, there you go indeed. Nothing I can do here, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing I can do. I'm completely and utterly confused. I think I know what to do. Let's fly this in manually. Let's fly it in manually using our chart because I can't think of anything else I can do. So we're going in for a complete manual landing, alright? 2900. I'm gonna come back in a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna let the aircraft go out a little bit and then I'm gonna come back in and we're doing complete manual landing. I'm gonna reduce our speed right away to... start dropping the flaps here. Because this is completely messed up. If I try and sort this out right now, it's not going to work for us. So we're going in completely manually, ladies and gentlemen. Well, point taken, right? Never forget to check through this, particularly when you're doing approaches that you don't fully understand. Look at this. Look, look at this nonsense right here. That's messed up. All right. We can put our flaps down there. Let's bring it back down a little bit. Yeah, we need to put our gear down, I know. Let's put our gear back down as well. There we go. Let's bring that speed down further. Okie dokie. I'll leave it at reference speed, okay? 139. Brilliant. 2900, we're going to turn back around and take complete manual control, and hopefully from there we should be able to take it. Yeah, all right, so I'm going to turn our aircraft around completely. There you go. It's a little too steep of a turn right there. We're just going to go directly for the runway right there. I know we're turning with our gears extended and all of that. Kind of weird, but let's just come in. I could always use the ILS. I could tune into it, and it will save us a lot of trouble right here, to be honest with you. I could do that, but forget it. We'll just go in manually. We'll just go in manually. So we have visuals at least, so we'll be all right. We will be just fine. Okay, maybe turn the heading a little bit in here. Ignore the insufficient fuel. We have sufficient fuel. It just doesn't have sufficient fuel for the ridiculous plan that we have in there. Okay. Let's hope and pray we don't land on the wrong runway. 07 right. Okie dokie. Coming in to land at 07 right after all these shenanigans. Yeah, I should have really stepped through the flight plan there. I was in too much of a rush to get out of here, wasn't I? What on earth is happened here? Okay, time to turn in towards 76. There we go. Let's try 76. That should put us on a rough... There we go. There's the runway. There's our runway, not too bad. I could always use this when it's time. I'll just turn it back into VS mode. I'll request a very slow descent. Actually, let's just go full 800. If I can select the altitude here and go with the VS. Let's go down a little steeper there. Why is the aircraft struggling so much to go down? There we go. Ah, we can just fly it in. I could just fly this. We'll maintain 900 for the time being till we catch the poppy lights there properly. We can run sky dolly for our landing replay. Let's see how we do. Let's go down a little steeper, shall we? Landing checklist complete. We just need to arm that right there. Apart from that, we're good to go. Okay, let's turn this on to 76. Or rather 75. Okay, 1200. I'll just take manual control. My aircraft.
1,000.
Ladies and gentlemen, my aircraft. 1000. Our trim is going to be off whack, but that's okay. Come in for a landing, shall we? I have to watch my rate here. Okay, we can flatten out that descent.
500.
Not by too much. There we go.
300.
Okay, 200. We're good. We're good. Or, yeah, that's okay. Incomplete checklist, not a problem.
Approaching minimums.
We already passed the minimums, man.
Minimums.
Okay, there we go. Reverse. We're not going to stop unless we put max braking here, so I'm just going to give it a bit more braking. There we go, we should stop. Right on the edge, huh? Okay. There we go. Reverse. Off there. And ta-da! Welcome everybody to wherever this is. Okay, we have made it into Milwaukee. Welcome to Milwaukee. We barely just made it there, but that's okay. The actual landing wasn't too terrible. However, it was long and we didn't have enough runway left for a proper stopping there. Okay, flaps are up. Nonetheless, pretty good. We stuffed that flight plan up, but we made it, and the landing wasn't too terrible. Landing lights off, runway turn-off lights are already off, taxi lights on, strobe lights off. These can come here. Wait, hold on, oh my god. Oh yeah, I knew it. My nose wheel got stuck there for a second. Ignore that, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know where my mouse is. I always have this issue. My mouse just disappears. Okay, let's put it on Expedia. Okay, there we go. Stow our spoilers back down and we are good to go. Let's go find ourselves a parking, ladies and gentlemen, and once we do, we can go and take a look at that landing replay. Welcome to Milwaukee Mitchell International Airport. My apologies about that screwed up flight plan, but we made it. That's what matters. And the landing wasn't too terrible, but it was long. It was a very long landing. We flew way past the touchdown zone. There should have been a go around, but it would have taken us too long to do that again, huh? So in the interest of saving time, we just decided to stick it in. So there you go. Welcome. There we are. Nice and easy. And let's turn right here. We'll find ourselves a lovely little parking that can accommodate our 777. Okay, we'll take the next turn around here and hopefully we'll be able to find a large gate. The landing was okie dokie. Let's turn in right here. Apparently, there's supposed to be a large gate right here. Is that it? I don't know. Okay. Let's turn in, ladies and gentlemen. That does not look like a large gate to me. But let's turn it in. Yeah, it's not. It's not particularly large, but we'll turn this in. Yeah, that was way too much, wasn't it? That was way too much. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it right here for today. I'm gonna put that down. I don't think we have any jetways or any of that. We're just gonna leave it right here, which kinda doesn't make sense. Yeah, I think I got misled by that, didn't I? Let me take a look at this. We've kind of parked ourselves here today. Alright, anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at that landing replay right there. Parked ourselves into the wrong gate, but anyway. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's see. Let's see what we did. I think we landed halfway down the runway. We landed halfway down the runway, didn't we? Terrible. Let me take a look at that one more time here. Use this view. It was a terribly, terribly late landing. I should have just kept it on that trajectory right there. Yeah, we're too high. Yeah, there goes the touchdown zone. There goes all the extended touchdown zone. Oh, we made it just... Okay, so we made it technically within the touchdown zone. We just very far from the touchdown blocks. Yeah, in theory that is way too long, man. That is... Nah, that doesn't count. That's way too long. Too long of a landing. Too long of a landing. Let's go ahead and take a look at it from what the passenger experienced. We will play this. We'll play this view. We'll play this view. Yeah, the actual touchdown was butter smooth, but way too long. Look at that. We're already seeing the airport and everything. And we parked in the wrong gate. Fantastic. Anyway, that's alright. That's alright. I don't think we're supposed to be here with a 777 per se. It's a very small airport. Doesn't have a lot of large gates. It has 2, I believe. 2 or 3. I don't know. Anyway, let's take a look at that landing replay one more time. But we're going to go to the other side of the cabin. We're going to check it out from this view. Beautiful engine. Okay. Beautiful. All right, everybody. Welcome to Milwaukee, all right? Just missed it, but in time to catch the replay. Yes, mister. Welcome. Yeah, we didn't have such a great landing here today, but let's check out the landing replay, shall we? There we go, butter smooth landing, however, way down the runway. Way down the runway, so let's go ahead and take a look at that one more time. And there we go. Okay, one last replay. For Mr. Matter here was come back in to check out the live stream. So one last replay especially for you. There you go. All right. Welcome to Milwaukee, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Excuse my incorrect parking there on the gates, but let's go ahead and fast forward to where we left our aircraft off. Okay. So, I parked ourselves somewhere here. Very incorrectly, mind you. But yeah. Okay, parking brake set. Yes, it is. We are not turning around anymore, so we can just quickly go in here, go to our ground operations, go to ground... Where is it? Ground connection, set the choke, request the ground power, go up here, switch both of these to on, get the APU to start, come down here, shut down our engine. So let's do that. 1, 2. Would you look at that on nose landing gear? Look at that. It's completely screwed up there, isn't it? We should have put that straight. Who cares? We're gonna leave that the way it is. Okay, fantastic. GSX, let's deboard. Thank you very much. Request deboarding. That one right there. And okay, everything else here is good. Flaps up, that's up. Everything is good. TCAS can come to completely off right there. Off there, that's all looking good. Everything is looking good. Let's go up here. ADRs can come off. Everything here can come pretty much off. Okay, all 4 of those can go off, and that can come off right there. Beacon lights off, that off, that off. All of these are already off. That's good. Okay, APU is still on for our air conditioning, but we're gonna leave it right there. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Milwaukee. I hope you better late than never. Nice landing. Well, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Now, we're gonna leave it here today for today's live stream, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys had a good time on today's live stream. It was pretty fun. pretty fun and a pretty long one. 4 hour live strong live. Oh my god, my English is leaving me. We had a 4-hour live stream that was pretty fun. 2 flights. Mr. Blind Over Matter, thank you very much, man. Thank you very much. I'm glad to hear you enjoying it. You have yourself a good day too, sir. Thank you very much for tuning in once again. Much appreciated. Very kind. Very kind. So yeah, we did our 2 flights today. I hope everybody had a good time on the live stream. Everybody who chimed in the live chat, a special thank you for chiming into the live chat. Mr. Blind Over Matter, Mr. Mike Smith. I saw my own name in the chat. I was about to thank myself. Who else? Mr. Guili. Oh, what? I can't pronounce your name, man. I'm really sorry. But Mr. 850. Guili here. Okay. Mr. 850, thank you very much. I'm usually good with pronunciations, but I can't do that one. But thank you very much, man. Mr. 850, you know who you are. Thank you very much for tuning in. Mr. Honest, thank you very much for tuning in. Mr. Mike Smith, once again. And Blind Over Matter, all of you guys have been very, very kind, very, very supportive. I appreciate it. And let me not forget your Sim CFI. Thank you so much for tuning into the live stream, man. That is very, very kind of you. And in addition to that, I did chime into your live stream and you gave me a shout out as well. That is very, very, very kind of you and very nice of you. Guys, if you, in case if you haven't subscribed or you haven't checked out your Sim CFI's channel, please go ahead and do that. So make sure you check out his channels. Lots of good stuff there and you can learn a lot too. So make sure you do that. Your Sim CFI, thank you very much once again. Charles, thank you so much. Charles Plays, thank you so much for tuning in to the live stream. So yeah, thank you everybody. Have yourself a good day and I shall catch you in the next one. Till then, bye-bye.